Ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, da, I ain't got nobody else but to blame myself for this, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I had some things I need to take care of. But I'm here now. I'm here now, and I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to talk, man. I'm ready to talk my talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get into my bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to talk my talk. I am ready to walk my walk. I'm ready to be me. And I am so happy right now. I have it's just so much positivity going on right now, man. Uh, I see 5 people in the chat, but I don't see no comments right now. So I'm gonna wait a few seconds. I'm gonna wait a few seconds. You know what I'm saying? Till I see some people comment. I know who in here. You know what I'm saying? Live squad was good. Was goody. Was goody. Was goody. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, live squad? You know. Um, as soon as you come in, you got 7 people in. As soon as you come in, hit that like button. As soon as you come in, hit that like button. Don't cost you nothing. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Because we got something to talk about. We're gonna break it. We're gonna break this shit down tonight. We're gonna break this shit down tonight, man. We're gonna sit back and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna break this shit down tonight. I'm going to invite people in. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to invite people in, you know what I'm saying, to the chat. And we're gonna talk. So hey, we ain't gonna wait. We ain't gonna wait on nobody else. We're gonna talk about it. First things first. First things first. All right. Y'all look at this picture right here. And from my understanding, this picture was done by design. This was done by design. So I want y'all to see this because it was done by design. Um, Let me go find it real quick. All right. If y'all look at this right here, right? Y'all look at that. Y'all tell me what y'all see from that. You guys tell me what do y'all see from that picture right there? What do you see from that picture right there? What do we see from that picture right there? And that was sent to me. But I want y'all to tell me what do y'all see from that picture right there. Bingo! Ding 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 ding. Did I not tell you guys the Ed Reed effect? And I am going to release something. I am going to release something. I want you guys. I am going to release something. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I'm 1,000% sure, but I am going to see. I am going to share something. If Manny Diaz keeps his job as the head coach of Miami next year, Ed Reed will be the defensive coordinator. Ed Reed will be the defensive coordinator. If Manny Diaz keeps his job and assistant head coach, he will be DC and assistant head coach. I'm not just pulling it out of my ass. I'm not just saying this, speaking this into existence. That was done by design. That was done by design. So If Manny keeps trending upward, if Manny keeps trending upward and we win the rest of our games and this and that, Ed Reed will be the defensive coordinator at Miami in 2022 if Manny keeps his job. That picture was done by design, man. Smiley, look what I said. And assistant head coach. I would listen. I would take Ed in that capacity any day. Yeah, I'm on that white tonight. I'm on that bottle that I showed you the other night. I finished that up. So that's what's going to happen. So Smiley, I mean, it doesn't sound like the greatest, but I think it's a match made in heaven because sometimes you need somebody else to push you. That assistant head coach title was a big title. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. If Manny keeps his job, that's why this was done. I mean, just that's why this was done. I'm just talking about this right now, real quick, like, but that's why this was done. That's why this picture was taken. That's why that was done. That's orchestrated. That's orchestrated. Exactly. If that happens, Manny can be a game manager and not control because you notice he's not in control of the offense. And speaking of the offense, listen, I'm going to give all the against the grain is going to continue to get all the because he is the only one that I know that truly called this. He called this shot with Tyler Van Dyke. When everybody else, including myself, switched over to Garcia, he truly called his shot on this one. So against the grain, like this, listen, he called his shot, and we're gonna talk about TVD. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about TVD. Um, and hold up. I'm gonna start having this stuff already pulled up on different on all my screens. I'm gonna start having this shit pulled up on all. Tyler Van Dyke tonight, 32 of 42 for 426 yards and three touchdowns and one interception. And the one interception was not his fault. Let me repeat this. 32 of 42 for 426 yards, three touchdowns and one interception. Jalen Knighton, 17 carries for 80 yards, two touchdowns. Cody Brown, 4 carries for 12 yards, all almost for first downs. Charleston Rambo, 7 receptions for 101 yards. Restrepo, 7 receptions for 89 yards. Kenny Smith, Keyshawn Smith, 3 receptions for 82 yards. Mallory, everybody want to kill Mallory. 3 receptions for a tight end is actually pretty good. 3 receptions. I told you I would kill him if he had a bad game. He had a good game, and I'm going to let he had a good game. 3 receptions for 66 yards, 22-yard average. The only person who averaged more yards than Mallory was Keyshawn Smith at 27 yards per average, 22 yards per average, and a touchdown. Mike Harley, 5 receptions for 53 yards, 10.6 average. Arroyo, 1 reception for 20 yards and a touchdown. Knighton, five five receptions for 11 yards. Oh, hold on. Who the hell at my door this at night? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have anything. I'm sorry. We don't have anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot people was trick or treating tonight. I forgot people was trick or treating tonight. Okay. Um. So when you look at the way he spread the ball around, 7 different receivers touched the ball, and 5 of them had for over 50 yards. Tyler Van Dyke, my brother, you keep playing like this right here, and we will be able to beat anybody. If you keep playing like this right here, young man, we would be able to beat anybody. Now, I'm going to give some credit to somebody that people don't like to give credit to, and that's Rhett Lashley. Rhett Lashley's too conservative. I kept saying he's bringing this young man along slowly. That was a safety. Knighton did not cross the line. That was a safety. We got a break on that one. That was a safety. I'm going to take it where I get it at. But the next play was one of the ballsiest plays an offensive coordinator could do with a freshman quarterback. He stood 10 toes down in the pocket and delivered a 20-yard pass play. That's moxie from your offensive coordinator. That's moxie from your quarterback. And that's moxie actually from Manny Diaz. Because Manny Diaz could have been like, no, I don't want that play call because it's too much of a risk. And Manny, he stayed out the way. And in Manny's hip pocket all night, once again, was Ed Reed. Every offensive coordinator calls plays to the strength of their quarterback. This is why do you not notice that all of the receivers look better? Everybody looks better with Tyler Van Dyke. So when people thought I was just saying it about Perry, oh, you just love it. No. I'm saying it about a quarterback that has an arm. If De'Aaron King had the height of Tyler Van Dyke, he would be doing the same thing. He would be doing the same thing. So Manny's job isn't saved. But if he does save his job, there is a bright light at the end of the tunnel. Ed Reed is not going nowhere. He will be the defensive coordinator at the University of Miami in 2022. You are so right, Live Squad, and that's something I've been stating. That's something I've been stating since he's been at the University of Miami. And you know what? I don't want I don't want to be like Zoe was right or nothing like that. I'm trying to get away from that. But I would just this is why I'm talking in a different tone, but I'm still being aggressive with it. Is because I would just want people I want people just to listen to what I'm saying because I actually do watch these games and I actually do talk to players and coaches and former players and former and I know a lot that go on down there because I made a lot of friends in that area. Um, so I do understand what's going on at Miami, and I do understand football for the most part. Another $5 donation by Mister Young. Hey, could you speak in the chat, please? Let me know who you are because I don't know who you are in the chat, and I have to do something for you. I have to do something for you. I have to. Could you please acknowledge yourself in the chat? Now I'm gonna put the stream key in. I'm gonna allow people to come in. Hold on, I'm gonna talk about the defense first. Now on defense, everything that I did say the two players I wanted to see make I said I wanted to see Mallory make a big play on offense, and I wanted to see McLeod get a sack on defense. McLeod got a sack on defense. McLeod got it. If you guys saw my post game show, Mallory got a big touchdown, and McLeod got a sack. And McLeod, he got pressure tonight. He was in the backfield all night. He was in the backfield all night. And I like what I saw from him tonight. You know, I love what I saw from McLeod tonight. He got two sacks. This is what I mean by development. But this is also what I mean by Ed Reed talking to these kids. By Ed Reed getting talking to these kids and teaching them the game. Even though he's not a coach, he's able to talk to them. He's able to be around them, and they all gravitate to him. Like I say, I'm gonna keep going to it. This was not. This was no accident, man. That was no accident. That was done by design. That was done by design. Yeah, I told him he better do it. I hope it works out for him as well. So with and hey, gotta give it to the young man, man. It won't show up a show, get too much bling on it. But you got to give it to TVD. But on the defense side of the ball, um, Williams had six tackles, three assists, one interception. Clark had five tackles, four tackles for Kitchens, three tackles, two assists for Frierson. Flag had three tackles, two assists. Amari Carter had three tackles and assists. Amari, I gotta talk to you because you gave up that touchdown. DJ Ivy, three tackles, one assist. Harris, three tackles, no assists. McLeod, he got one and they gave him 1.5 sacks. They gave him a half a sacks. They gave him 1.5 sacks. Um, Johnson, one tackle, one assist and a sack. Steve with one tackle. I ain't gonna go there. It's too many. I ain't going down all of that. But the thing that I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the defense. The thing that I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the defense is strictly play calling. It is strictly play calling is what I'm not liking from the defense. We play this bend but don't break defense. Not only that, he blitzes. If you notice, we blitz way too much. We were getting an ass of pressure. We were getting an ass of pressure without blitzing. But when we blitz, it seems as if we give up the middle of the field all the time. We blitz on first down, on second. From 20 to 20, we blitz. When we don't blitz, we stop them. Listen, I don't care who's playing at what position. When you call as many blitzes as Manny does, it opens yourself up. And I know we like to blame players. Oh, this player is out of position. This listen, when you send these blitzes the way we send these blitzes, it hurts the back end of your defense badly. And it also hurts the front end because if a running back sees one crease and get by it, there's nobody else there to stop him until he's 15 yards down the field. So we blitz entirely too much, and that's why we give up so many yards. Now, on the other hand, the points I'm not mad at. 30 points against a very good Pitt offense, who I think might average 40 a game or something like that. A very good Pitt offense, a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback. Where's everybody at tonight? How do I only have 43 people in the chat? Like, does YouTube really not send out my Does YouTube really not send out my Because how do we only have 42 people in the chat? Like, what the heck is going? Like, what are we doing? Is there somebody else on right now? Do I need to get off and come back another day? Y'all give me 1 second. I'm trying. I'm trying to. I'm gonna share right now. Maybe I can get some people to come in. All right, I just sent it out. We'll see what happens, man. So you trying to get set up? I don't get the notifications even when I hit the bell. Yeah, yeah. YouTube is really they are really. I got hear that from a lot of people, man. And I have no idea what to do. I'm not playing music. I'm not doing. I have no idea what to do to stop YouTube. Like you. I don't know. I have no idea what to do. Like I don't know. I don't know what to do. Um, I got you. I got you. Damn that. That damn that aggravating the hell out of me. You got your bitch ass. Yeah, TVD that dude, man. I can tell you this shit right here though. I'm not going to let him shut me down. I'm not going to let him. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing. I can promise you that. I'm not going to let him shut me down. I'm just going to keep pushing and keep sharing. Appreciate that $5 donation from Edward, man. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that E-Dub. Appreciate that E-Dub, man. Thank you, man. Um, E-Dub, throw that CWO behind your name for me, man. What's going on? Good win for us tonight. The U850. That's right, the 850 area code, Bay County. Appreciate that. Y'all see they're not sending my notifications out, so hey, I guess we gotta do it by word of mouth, man. We gotta do it by word of mouth. We gotta do it by word of mouth. We got 40 people in the chat, and this was a big win, and we only got 40 people in the chat. This is this is hey, we got to fight against these cat man. Most definitely Red Lassie. If anybody wants to talk, I'm about to put the stream key in the chat. Come in here and talk your shit, man. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Right now, my co-host he ain't set up right now. Um, I gave you guys some real information from what I really heard. Yeah, I'm listen. YouTube has stopped sending out my notifications, and so I have to work even harder now just to get people to get on. Hey, Mo Better, come in and give me what you saw from the game tonight. Because I listen, and I did hear some news. I did hear some news that if Manny Diaz does retain his job, that Ed Reed will be the defensive coordinator next in 2022. In 2022, um, and it's a pretty creditable source. I trust him, but everything don't always work out the way I say it's gonna work out. But I trust him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that right here, that is the Ed Reed effect, man. That is the Ed Reed effect, man. You know what I'm saying? So James said he got my notifications. What's going on, bro? What's good with you?
What's up with you, big bro?
Man, shit. I did get some news. I did get some news that if Manny keeps his job, Ed will be the defensive coordinator. I got it from a I got it from a pretty reliable source. So I'm going to go with that because
Hey,
and
I'm
and,
with.
and,
Hey, I'm
and
with that.
now this is this was very calculated. What does that say?
The goat, huh?
You see that number, right? Only one person got the interception, right?
That's why I said the GOAT.
So that's calculated.
Hey, hey, I'm with that all day.
That's somebody putting that in their ear to let people know that this is more than likely coming.
Hey, with Ed Reed knowledge alone about the game, man, he'll help this team. Period. So I'm with all that, but I mean they played hard today, man. Them kids they showed a lot of heart today, man. I can sit here and complain about nitpick at a lot of stuff, but
We can all do that. Yeah.
at the end of the day, they showed a lot of heart, man. And them kids fighting, man. And I know I have been.
We all been. So it ain't just
I
you.
know I have gotten on, like some of the older guys and saying, hey, play the young bucks, because I think the young dudes are really, really balling. But at the same time, I like the fact and respect the fact kids like Ivy, Gervin Hall, all those kids who losing some playing time right now, they ain't tripping.
Oh
They
no, they
still
pumping
coming
the kids
in.
up. They
They
pumping the
still
kids
coming
up.
in doing their job. And I respect that, man. So hey.
And and I asked for two things today. I asked for Mallory to make a
Oh,
big
I
play and get a
I heard
touchdown.
I heard you I heard you preach about Maryland.
And but I also asked for McLeod to get a sack.
Oh, he got two.
He got a sack in the second half. They gave him credit for a second half. They
Oh,
gave him
they
a
did.
second.
Well,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey,
McLeod was
but
getting pressure. McLeod was
all
getting
night.
pressure today, though.
But you know what? This is what I mean by this is what you know why this makes me confident to see guys like that do plays in big games like this. Just think about it. It started happening the day that Manny turned his back on Ed Reed. Was next week things were different.
Yep.
Next week they were tackling better. Next week because Ed Reed had a conversation about that. This I know for a fact. This I know for Ed Reed cursed him out in the tunnel. This I know for a fact. Ed Reed and the board of trustees had a conversation, and Manny did not like what they told him. This is why now you see Ed Reed in his ear, and Manny sits right there and listen. There's no turning his back no more.
Well, he don't have no choice. I mean, it's do or die right now for Manny. So hey, and it still might be over for him at the end of the year. Everybody keeps saying his job saved because he got the 2 wins in a row. But
His job is
yeah,
not saved. His job isn't saved. But
yeah,
I
but
can't. Oh, go ahead. You got my bad guy.
no, I didn't mean to cut you off,
No,
bro. But
I cut you off.
no, I was just saying what you had started where you say you was gonna talk about the defense. To be honest with you, we got some pressure today. Now I know Manny called a lot of blitzes, but at times when it's not no blitzes, we're not getting a lot of pressure off those edges, man. But the
Today
real the
we
real
today
problem,
we did though. Actually, today we got way
yeah, we
more
got some
pressure
pressure
with
today.
blitz. Our forefront linemen dominated the whole game until we started blitzing.
But is it just me, man? But our linebackers outside of country, they can't cover a cold, man. I mean,
I'm not going to disagree with you on that,
boy,
but a lot of that had to do with blitzing because when they stopped blitzing, when they weren't blitzing, everybody was in position. Like when you blitz it switches you to this guy and this guy and this guy and it's confusing and you know and when you if you can get pressure with four down linemen, everybody has one assignment.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I I
I
I
don't
don't know
like.
why. I don't know why. I know Corey Flagg is they say he a good leader of the defense in the middle and all that other stuff, but him and Jennings it's just like they're a step late. I don't know if Huff just don't know the playbook at all, but I know Huff is a better athlete. Looking at Huff's just all you gotta do is go back and watch his high school film. He is an athlete, but he don't even touch the field.
Can I
And I
say
don't know
something?
whether six, I can't think of his name right. Is he out for the year or not? Been having a messed up toe. I can't think of his name right now, but the linebacker core, they just I don't
Can
know,
I
man.
can I say something?
Yeah.
We said the same thing about the offensive line. We said the same thing about the whole offense, right?
But what
When
what game is this though,
when
bro?
no,
What
I'm talking
number?
about no, but just hear me out. But when Red Lashley when he got I'm this. I don't want. It's not a shot at King. I swear, it's not.
Man,
It's
go
not.
ahead and say what you gonna
No,
say. I know what
I
you
know
gonna
because
say.
I know it's not a shot. It's not. I'm not trying to throw a shot. I'm just trying to be real.
I'm
When
past
Red,
that.
when Red Lassie was able to open his offense up and like that play he called on second down when that was a safety. That was a safety. That was a safety. We got
That
lucky
was
on
a
that.
damn safety. I
We
know.
got we got lucky on that. We
Yeah,
got
we
lucky on
did.
that. But how many times have we not gotten lucky when they robbed us on plays? So they owed us that one.
They
The
did owe
rep
us, but
we got
your boy almost gave it back, and I was about to be pissed off if that ball wouldn't have got that first down for us. But
oh yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
he had a pretty decent game, so
uh,
I can't say nothing. You know,
I'm gonna say something about that too. I'm gonna piggyback on that as soon as I say this here. How gutsy of a play call. I'm gonna give everybody credit. I'm gonna give the receiver. I don't even know who caught the ball because it was blind. They didn't even show who caught the ball. Who caught that ball
which pass you talking about? Which one?
in the end zone?
Oh, you talking about after that is supposed to be a safety?
Yeah,
Uh, um,
because it didn't
Rambo,
show.
Rambo,
You
Rambo.
know, did it show on your TV?
No, it didn't show at first.
It didn't show. Yeah, it
That's
didn't
why
show.
it didn't show. But when they showed it after that, it was Rambo who caught it.
Okay, yeah, because I had walked out because I've been painting my house. I was doing all of that at the same time. So, but what I'm saying is, right, I give Red Lassie credit. I give Manny Diaz credit for leaving him alone and allowing him to make that play call. And I give TVD credit for throwing that damn ball.
Well, he
Bro,
throwing the hell
that,
out the ball, man.
but that was a gutsy play on the 0 yard line, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was a bold play on the 0 yard line. Now when it comes to the Mallory fumble, you know why, and this is not because I told I want to chew him. You know why I can't get mad at him on that play? The reason why I can't get mad at him on that play is because it was a dog against a dog. All right, what I mean by that is that young man who hit him, right? That young man, like he was trying to get the first down so we could seal the game,
Right.
right? He dove in the air, put his body on the lines, and the other guy hit him so hard he hurt himself. But he hit him right on the ball. There's nobody that would have held onto that ball. We got hit at. Like when
Hey,
he got that helmet on that ball with him in the air. So it was kind of, I hated the fumble, but I love the effort.
hey, bro.
He fought.
Hey, bro. I'm gonna be honest. After you gave that after you was preaching earlier about Mallory having a good game or you ain't gonna root for him no more. Hey, when he was wide open on that sideline, I was saying to myself, I was praying, I hope this dude don't drop this damn ball.
I was gonna,
Oh, it's
I
a
said,
wrap.
I said I
It's
wasn't
a
gonna root for
wrap.
him. I said I wasn't gonna root for him anymore. I said I'm not gonna defend him anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
done
you
defending him.
wouldn't have been able to defend him if you would have dropped that shit. Cause
Oh, that
boy,
was over with. It was over with.
Hey, Arroyo need to start getting more snaps. I'm sorry.
I
hey,
listen.
hey, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Big bro. Hey, you took my comment, man, and in the other chat, I was about to say that, and you said it in the other chat, Coach Hayes chat, or Royal D. What's up?
Yep,
Listen.
I like, hey,
I'm not.
bro,
mentioning it.
you
Listen.
took the words out my mouth.
I'm not saying he don't. What I'm saying is bring him along the right way because I'm gonna tell you what we do as fans. I'm gonna tell you what we do as fans, and it's all the time. It's all the time. Sometimes we rush people in and not let them learn. Like back in the days, we didn't play young guys. Like we didn't play them.
I ain't
But we
saying
was
it
Like
for that.
deep. We were
listen,
deep, bro.
that's what I'm saying. But listen, he's getting playing time. He got a touchdown this game. We got a touchdown last week. He's getting in the game. But they also have a lot of receivers. They pull Mallory out for a 5 wide set. They run a
I,
lot of 5 wide
I,
too.
Yeah.
so well, if that's the case. If that's the case, then Lashley gonna have to change up his playbook and stop calling
Why?
plays.
Why
No,
he's
really,
not?
because he be calling.
Hold on.
Listen. He be calling plays with Mallory in the game that should be called for Arroyo when Arroyo ain't even in the game. And
Actually,
Mallory getting blown up. Mallory getting
that's,
blown up on the line, man. Come on.
when he get blew, he ain't get blew up today.
What you
Now,
talking
big
about?
bro,
He got.
you
Was you
know he
watching?
can't block. You know he
No, he
can't
didn't
block.
get blew up today though. He didn't get blew up
Bro,
today.
he did get blown up today. What are you talking about?
See, this is what I'm talking. How many bad plays did he make today?
I'm not talking about bad play. I'm talking about the few plays that were called where he had to block or do something like that.
Answer this question. Answer this question. Can you take that 60-yard touchdown away from him? You ain't
Nah,
you ain't
I'm
say
not.
nothing. You
Joe,
ain't say
you
nothing.
don't hear what I'm saying.
No, this
I'm
is what
not
I'm saying.
attacking
No,
Mallory. I'm
yes you
attacking
are. Yes you are because I said it. I
his
listen.
blocking.
Listen, I don't care. I don't want to hear that. This was a win. When you know what I don't want to hear it. Mo better. What did I say? I would
hey,
not defend him anymore if he
hey,
fucked up today.
hey, he made some plays at the end of the
Yeah,
day, but I'm
I'm
just
not saying
saying
Arroyo not better. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
Arroyo
saying
is
but that's not what
it's
we're
about
saying.
it's
I,
about
I,
like
That's
this,
what we're
man.
saying.
Some of
I'm just
these young
going off of the
kids,
type of play. The plays. What I'm saying is, there's certain plays that Lashley call when Mallory's in the game, where he just can't make he can't do that play. That's a play that Arroyo need to be in the game. That's
how do
all
you
I'm
know?
saying.
How
So,
do you know Arroyo can do the play?
because those are like blocking plays where he's not gonna go catch.
That's not what I'm saying. But how do you know Arroyo can do the play if you've never seen him do the play?
Okay, I know what you're saying. Maybe he don't know the
So
actually. Maybe he don't know.
you don't even
Okay,
know if he can do the play.
but I'm just saying that when Mallory's in there,
Hear me. If you don't know if Arroyo can do the play, it's an ended argument. Because
all right.
if you can tell me you know for a fact Arroyo can do the play, then
Well, all I'm saying is
well, big
when
bro,
Mallory's in
they
there
got to
for
give
those
him a
plays,
chance though.
I'm not saying. Listen,
when Mallory's in there for a play where he doesn't where he's not running out to catch a pass, it's like he a liability.
you know what?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I
I,
like when they put both of them in the
me
game. They
too.
run plays with
Yeah,
both
yeah, I
of them
agree
in the
with you.
game.
I agree with
Uh,
you on that.
you know, they got it's a lot of different things they can do. Now, Mallory, I've been hard on Mallory all year. The last two games, he made some big plays. He made some big plays today. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie about that.
yeah.
Like I said again, I was praying that ball when he fumbled it. I mean, with past that first down
Okay,
marker,
so
but
I was hurt when he fumbled, but
I'm just saying.
when I seen the effort that he gave and we got hit at, it wasn't like he didn't. He got hit direct. It was helmet the ball. The only person that would have held onto that damn ball would have been Jesus himself.
well,
Like
I'm
it
here's
just
a
was.
I'm
valid
saying,
question.
but
Now
I'm
with
not criticizing.
Mallory, no, my
I'm
bad,
saying
bro.
I'm
Go ahead.
not criticizing Mallory. I'm just saying, like, as a play calling coach, as an offensive coordinator, I think he got to be smarter, and probably if he's gonna try to mix up the plays, he's gonna have to like share the
You you
snaps
you
more.
nitpicking. You nitpicking right now, co-host.
I'm
You
just saying
nitpicking.
because okay, why
You
you look, listen, Zoe. He's
answer this
actually
question.
making listen, Zoe,
Who,
he's actually making Mallory look bad in some plays where
I'm not.
he continue to take him off the field for them plays.
So who do you put in?
I'm just saying, like, there's
Who do
times
you
where
who do you put in?
Mallory is what he is. Mallory is what he is. He's a great pass catcher and route runner,
Actually,
but he's not a great block.
he hasn't been a great pass catcher over the last
But he
year and a
hasn't.
half.
But he does come. He does show he could do it. He does show he could do it.
But listen to me. This is what I say about development, right? I hate goddamn next. I thought I killed him. We didn't think that McLeod could get sacks on the defensive line.
But we can't afford that at his position, bro. Because a couple times he's almost gotten a quarterback taken out, bro.
A couple times, listen. A couple times, offensive linemen has gotten quarterback taken out. A couple times, like, listen, we can nitpick everything, but answer this question: what do you
He
like from
ain't a
Mallory?
problem.
No,
He
no,
ain't
no, no,
causing
no,
us to
no.
lose.
Answer
He
this
ain't causing
question:
us to lose that way.
what did you like from Mallory today? Since you nitpicking Mallory and Rick, what did you like from them today? I'm gonna be quiet. I want to know what you
Oh,
like from them.
Mallory offensively, when they use him as a weapon on the offense, he did his thing.
Well, man, what do you like from him though? Because you
I,
can
I
pinpoint
like his
plays.
pass catch. I like his size. I like his pass catching. I like his speed once he's in the open field. Like, he got a lot of upside. I'm just saying, at this point, we
No, no,
already
no, no,
know
no, no,
he's
no.
not.
I want you to say what you like about him without throwing a nitpick in.
What do you mean nitpicking? It's part
No,
of being a
no,
tight
no,
end. It's
no,
part of
no,
his,
say no,
it's
say
part of his job
no.
description.
You've already done the nitpicking, so I want to know what you like
Wait,
about what he
wait.
did.
So. I gotta call you out. I gotta call you out. Hold
Call
on. That
me,
ain't nitpicking.
call me, call
That's
me.
part of the job description. That's
No,
part of your job.
that's not what I'm saying. You've already done that part. So I'm asking
Okay.
you what do you like about him without throwing a nitpick back in it? Because you've already said what you don't like about him. So we know
No, but
that. So
I just told you that what
yeah,
I like about him is all the other things that a tight end's supposed to do, other than blocking.
Aaron Hernandez wasn't a blocker.
I'm just saying.
Aaron
I'm not
Hernandez
saying
wasn't a blocker. Gronkowski wasn't a blocker.
But anyway, this ain't even about him. My point
Shannon
is,
Sharp wasn't a blocker.
Shannon Sharp wasn't a blocker. So
But
my
you,
point is that
you got to
Lashley.
get
My
some.
point is
But you
that
got to
Lashley
get some
needs to be
effort though.
smarter.
Yeah. All right. So answer this question. What did you like about Lashley today? Because you saying Lashley got to be smarter, bro.
With him, I'm just talking about in regards to the tight end
No,
position. That's
listen. All right.
just tight end.
Hear me out for a second. Hear me out for a second. This is truly the first time that he's probably had some players that he's comfortable with, right? I can go down this stat list again, right? I'm gonna go down this list again. All right. Tyler Van Dyke, 32 for 42 for 426 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and that pick wasn't his fault. 2 receivers fell down. It wasn't.
That was not his fault. That was
Mallory.
his fault.
Mallory didn't fall down. It was 2 receivers that fell down. It wasn't Mallory that caused that pick. All right. Okay. It wasn't Mallory's fault. It was the 2 receivers. Okay. All right. Now Jalen Knighton, 17 carries for 80 yards, 4.7 average, 2 touchdowns. Courtney Brown did exactly what he was supposed to do. He came in and got us a couple first downs, 4 carries for 3 yards. Got 2 first downs out of that we needed bad. Okay. Charles, Rambo, 7 catches, 101 yards, 14 yards per average. Restrepo, 7 catches, 89 yards, 12.7 yards per average. Smith, 3 catches, 82 yards, 20.7 yards per average, and a touchdown. Will Mallory, 3 catches, 66 yards, 22-yard average, 1 touchdown. Mike Harley, 5 catches, 53 yards, 10.6 average. Arroyo, 1 catch, 20 yards, and a touchdown. Knighton, 5 catches for 11 yards, 2.2 average. And Smith, 1 catch for 4 yards. He spread the ball out to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers caught the ball. 8 receivers caught the
He's
ball.
talking to a happy Kane fan here. So
And he threw. You don't sound happy though. That's what I'm saying.
I was only talking about one thing. You take it somewhere else.
No. What I'm saying is because we've already said it. Even Mo Better said we can nitpick. What we can nit. I can nitpick shit on every player on the team today. I can. But at the end of the day, bro, we beat a Heisman candidate quarterback who this team was hot as hell. What they 5-1?
6.
We've been calling it. We've been calling this win. We've been calling it.
My thing is I can't nitpick today because I see improvement. So when I see improvement, and if any of these kids watch this show, I want them to let them know that I see improvement in you and keep encouraging to improve them. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't come here trying to criticize nothing. I'm happy as hell today, and actually, I see a lot of.
If a Royal was to take Mallory's spot and ball out, I would not listen. If he did it though, I would have no problem with it.
Hey, to be honest, I don't think Mallory is 100% healthy though. He just don't look the same. You remember when he first came in as a freshman? It was him and Jordan.
Yeah.
The dude could run. I mean, he's a great route runner. He had speed, big body, was catching everything. But then he started getting hurt, little injuries here and there. And even when he was running today on that touchdown, his gallop just looked a little different.
It didn't look the same.
Yeah,
you know, and it could be. It might not be hurt. It might be he was allowed to be lazy.
Hey, I don't know, but he just looked a little different.
I could throw that out there. But
my thing, like I said, I was never really criticized. I'm not really nitpicking. Really, I'm just looking at potential. I'm like, yo. Hey, I'm not. Hold on. Let me finish. Oh
no, I'm not saying. I'm listening.
It doesn't have to. Listen, I'm not saying either or. I'm not saying Mallory or Arroyo. That's not what I was saying. All I was saying that from what I'm seeing, to get even better potential out of these guys, I thought Lashley could have been smarter with how he's utilizing both of them in certain place situations. That's all I'm saying.
All right, he could have been. I'm not going to disagree with you, but his main focus has been on quarterback. That's been his main focus. You have position coaches, right? You have a tight ends coach. That's the guy who chooses to send that guy in the game. Because when I coach football, I'm pretty sure that Coach Hayes said the same thing. When I coach football, I coach defensive line. I coach linebackers. I coach two positions in high school.
Yeah.
I sent who I wanted to send in. The defensive coordinator didn't tell me who to send in. Offensive coordinator didn't tell me who to send in. I sent the player that I thought was best. So
And
that's
I
not
could
that
tell
that
I could tell the
that's not.
coaching staff are also kind of protecting some of their like the young gems they think they got on the team, the ones that they got the highest hopes for. I noticed they kind of protecting the amount of snaps they get because they don't want to have anything happen to those
Hey,
players.
hey, I'm gonna give Red Lashlee his props. This is best coach game all year, call game, everything. I,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I can't nitpick the offense at all today, honestly.
Nope.
Outside of that one call on the goal line where it should have been a safety, I don't think they should have ran
That
that up
that
the
was
middle.
that was a safety. That was a
It
safety.
was a safety. We
That was a
just
safety.
They just
the
never
guy,
had no angle to change it. They didn't have no good
they was
angle.
just on our side. But
If they,
outside of
if
that,
they, if they would have called it a safety, it wouldn't have got reversed. Put it that way. If it was called a safety and went to review, it wouldn't have got reversed.
Yeah.
the offensive side of the ball was good today. It's the
Yep.
defense now. If you want to nitpick, we can nitpick the defensive side of the ball.
The
But
only thing I had to nitpick about on the defense was there was one play where we gave up that touchdown drive where Manny blitzed. Like I forgot what down it was. He blitzed and he gave up like a long ass pass. I forgot what down that was.
Every down.
hey, well,
He
I
blitzed.
can
I'm
nitpick a
like,
lot
why?
about the defense, not
Yeah,
just
he
one
didn't.
play.
There was a time he didn't need to blitz. I was like, why is he blitzing right now? There was no need to blitz right there.
Did you see that picture I put up? Did you see that picture I put up?
Nah.
You didn't see the picture I put up. Listen to me. And like I said, I was told this by some. This is what I was told flat out. That's very calculated. What is that right there?
What's that say? 2-0?
Uh huh.
Oh, was that Reed?
From my understanding, from what I was told, I was actually told this. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I said I wasn't going. Mo better use on say I'm not going to release no more news. I'm done. But I got a little.
Promote.
I know. I got no. The boosters, like a lot of guys who I rock with, who get information. They say Alonzo, just release the shit we tell you. All right, and they help me out a lot. So they give me information and they trust me. So I was told by big time booster that if Manny keeps his job this year, Ed Reed will more than likely be the defensive coordinator at the University of Miami next year.
Oh, that would be great. That would
So
be the best. That would be the best move he
my
done
bad,
as
my bad, my
coach.
bad, my bad. Defensive coordinator and assistant head coach will be his title.
Hey, I'm with that. I'm with that defensive DC on that side of the ball because, like I said, Ed Reed with the wealth of knowledge he can teach somebody something.
That
Um,
would be hard for
but
him.
like I said, it's about like I think Jay Blaze was saying it early, and I agree. Yeah, we played good. We beat two teams today. I mean the past 2 weeks, two ranked teams.
We should have won three in a row. That bad. If that pass didn't get tipped,
Yeah, but bro, what me and you
I
disagreed the
know.
other day. If your boy Red Lashley would have called that first half like he called the second half, we wouldn't even been in that situation.
You know
But
what?
we went out that
I don't, I
in
don't,
that
think,
first half
I don't
against
think
North
we.
Carolina like
I
not
don't think.
aggressive at all.
I don't think we
Nah, we
disagree. I
disagree
just
some
think.
about
I
that. We
don't think we
disagree.
disagree. I just think that he's bringing the young quarterback on. He's bringing him levels. He's working them into it.
Hey,
I,
but if y'all
I
really
think.
think about
Oh,
it, shit, we should have 4 games because remember we missed the field goal against Virginia.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it should be 4 games that really we could have won in a row. But like I said, I'm happy with the progress. I just want us to win and keep moving forward. I'm glad they playing these young dudes. But at the
They're
same
playing
time,
a
like I said
mixture of both
earlier,
of them too. And that's
eh,
what I've always wanted to see. I want to see a mixture of both,
yeah.
and that's what
But
they're
but I'm
doing.
glad the older dudes who losing snaps, they ain't tripping. They still coming in balling. Hall, Ivy came in and made some plays today. I mean, hey, that's just
You,
what it's about, man.
hey, the
you,
people who nitpicking about the defense, yo, y'all gotta give Pittsburgh that Pittsburgh offense. You gotta give them credit. That
I'm,
that offense is legit.
It
I'm,
That
is.
nit- I'm,
Pittsburgh
I'm,
It's
offense
I'm,
is
legit.
legit.
I'm nitpicking because of when we and we all watched it, even the commentator said it. When we were not blitzing, we were getting pressure with four down linemen, and we
Yeah,
were
you're
getting
right.
stops. We were getting three and outs. When we went to blitzing,
Yeah.
It all went to hell.
But big bro,
Yeah.
we
Stop
been
blitzing
that's
so
just
much.
Manny Diaz. Since he been here,
So
he gonna
he,
blitz.
that's
You
my
know.
whole point.
He just blitz at the wrong fucking times, man.
That's why he needs to be the CEO and not the defensive coordinator. I don't want to see him call plays anymore.
It's
Well,
like he
I
don't
don't
have a
know. I
good
don't
feel
think
for
his
when
ego.
blitz.
I don't think Manny ego will allow him to step down from calling plays if
Oh
he
no!
do that.
Oh, either it's gonna be his ego or his job. Which one he want?
Hey,
Which one he want? Because Mark Rick had that same ego in Georgia, and when they brought that offense coordinator in, he said, "What you ain't calling plays no more." That's it. And he brought somebody in, and then their offense was great, and then that guy left. He didn't want to bring nobody else in, and he started calling plays, and they got bad, and that's when they let him go.
Nah, but Pittsburgh offense, man, I'm telling you that I was impressed by their offense. Trust me.
man,
I,
they put up over 500 yards, man. Hey,
but
the
guess
Duke, the Duke, that offense
Whipple
is
was calling
serious.
some plays. I was like, bro, that dude be calling plays like I don't want to say unstoppable plays, but he calls the right plays at the right time, and he be always, bro. That shit is nice.
he called the right plays when Manny Diaz blitzed. Because when Manny Diaz wasn't blitzing, that quarterback looked up. He looked average. That Heisman
Yeah,
quarterback looked average when we didn't blitz.
but their play calling is good too, man. That Whipple, he know how to call some shit.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but he's giving him a leg up by blitzing.
Yeah.
Like I
Without
said, if we had the right linebackers in position and playing like they're supposed to, the whole defense would be better, man. But our linebackers is just
Great teams don't blitz though. You remember like great teams don't blitz like that. They
that's if
don't.
you got a good front four. You got to have a good front four.
But we were getting pressure tonight with just the front four.
Yeah, so at certain
So
plays, yeah,
so
we was certain
I mean
plays.
like we would dominate with the front four tonight. Like we started messing up when he started blitzing. And that's my whole thing. Like stop. And I said it was stop. That was one of my keys to success on the pregame video. Stop blitzing so much. And when he didn't blitz, we was there. In his face, and everybody was covered. Even if they're not getting a sack, it's a cover sack because somebody's there. But a guy that's as smart as that guy, that quarterback they got, when he see that blitz coming, he throwing right to that spot.
Hey man, is it just me or has Kenny Pickett seemed like he been at Pittsburgh for 7 years, man? It's like every year he playing us.
He's been there for 9. He's been there for 9.
I'm like, damn. And the dude got some wheels on
I,
him. I ain't know he
I'm,
could move like that,
I'm
boy.
about to mess with you. Him and Derrick King came about to
Hey man, you need to leave King alone, man. King a good kid, man. You need to leave King alone.
How
actually,
about how about them
actually,
2 picks though? How about them 2 picks? Those are pretty good, right?
actually, my bad.
That was a
Actually, I
good
got.
play. Stevenson made a good play on that ball. To be
Yeah,
honest, that last pick, that was Kenny Pickett's fault, man. He threw that ball to the wrong spot. If he would have
yeah.
thrown it to the pylon, they had a touchdown.
Actually,
But he threw it to the middle of the field.
I got a chance to talk to someone in King's family, and it was eye opening. It was eye opening, bro. I
Man,
got
you got a
opportunity.
joke. You about to say a joke, man.
No, serious. No, I'm dead. I got opportunity. No, I'm dead serious from the heart,
Oh, okay.
it was refreshing.
Man, I wish
No,
that kid the best, man.
I do,
He a good
I
kid, man.
do, I do,
Uh,
and I like seeing him on the sideline. Coaching up Van Dyke. I like seeing that. You know, because I mean, when if Van Dyke makes a mistake or something, he's letting them know what to look at. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Just like you say, you like these older guys coming out the game and not being mad and not being upset. I never thought it was a player against a player thing. I always thought it was a coach against a player thing.
Hey, quick questions though.
What's up,
You
my friend?
remember back with like 2004 or 2003, 4, 5 when USC was on top? Uh, they had what Palmer, Carson Palmer, and they had what was the other quarterback behind him?
I can't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The other quarterback who was it? The one who was in the NFL? He went to the Jets.
Yeah, he was the number one overall pick. He was the number one overall pick.
you talking
Yeah,
about the butt boy Hernandez? Not Hernandez, but Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Sanchez. Was it them two that they had at the same time, or was it?
Yeah, it was them
It was
two.
Carson Palmer.
And Mark Sanchez was the freshman.
You went way back. You talking about USC?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like my thing is I'm bringing that up. I'm like if Garcia could just like mentally like just not get flustered by the situation and we could have that 1-2 punch right there, like man, that'll be something we ain't never had in a long ass time.
Hey man, Garcia is one hell of a talent. I just don't. I mean, it would be nice if he could sit
I
and
wish he
not.
could stay like no matter what happens. Like if he could just hold on.
Listen, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this one because I
Because
got.
they probably gonna redshirt him anyway. They probably gonna
Let,
redshirt
let,
him.
let me explain something to you, man. And I said Garcia was better. Listen, the last two games, that I've seen from those were Heisman games. The last two games that Van Dyke played. Those are Heisman numbers. The last two games that he played. Listen, I don't, in my heart, believe that Garcia could take the job from him. Not because he's not as talented or more talented. I just think that I see something from Garcia that I did not see. That night, that day when he cried on that field against North Carolina,
I mean TVD,
and
TVD.
that's my bad TVD when he cried on that field against North Carolina, I saw that heart and the way he talks in his mental game, and I just think he has too many components going for him. I just think he has too many components going for him to. He's not going to allow himself to be beat out.
Well, that's why
Well,
I'm saying that's the reason I
he
said
got
what
the
I said.
hot hand right now anyway, so
I
you
don't
gonna
think
ride with the hot hand.
I don't think
But
he's gonna be able to beat him up. I don't think he's gonna be able to beat him
yeah,
out like that.
but
That's
it's
why I'm
not.
like I'm hoping he doesn't just transfer because I think if we could have like I said when USC had that stable of quarterbacks, if we could have that same thing where we got like a 1 and 1A or whatever like that will take.
You're talking about the back in the days when players didn't mind sitting before the portal.
Yeah, before the portal. Yeah,
But
you're right.
before the portal, when they was made to sit, they were made to sit. Now they can leave.
So let me ask y'all a quick question then. Let's just say hypothetically, the rest of the year, TVD go undefeated the rest of the way, or maybe even give up a game, right? Do y'all think next year, coming in at camp, that it's gonna be a quarterback battle?
No.
I
This is gonna
I
be
I, I,
started
tell,
going into next year.
I don't think it should be a quarterback battle.
Nah, it
You
shouldn't.
don't?
No, I don't think. I think the only position in football that shouldn't be a battle is quarterback. I think you have to know who your quarterback is.
Oh, I was wrong with the names. It was Palmer and Matt Leinart.
Mike Line, yeah,
Line.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
had them two. They had them two at the same time, like one behind the other. And
I
when
don't.
one, huh?
My bad. I don't think it should be a quarterback battle. That's the only position in all the sports. I think you there can be. I think you have to know who your guy is because that guy starts with the start. He plays with the starters all the time, and they get in the rhythm with it. They know each other. Um,
Garcia needs to stay regardless. He don't.
but
I don't want. He don't need to
at the
leave.
end of the day, my bad. At the end of the day, now if Van Dyke is fucking up in practice and not getting the ball, and they see this. Oh, you have to make that change. If he done got so cocky to where he's not doing the right plays, but as going into camp as a battle, I don't
Yeah.
think this should be a battle at all.
Like I said, I hope in the you know in the perfect world, like Garcia would stay, and we would just keep that combo right there, like you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be 1 year staggered behind each other.
Against the grain, that's for you. Come get your shine against the grain. That's for you. I ain't gonna even post your comment. I'm gonna let you come talk your talk. Um,
But yeah.
listen, I've seen things from TVD that that you can't teach. Like I said I seen moxie from from Garcia. I've seen in game moxie. I've seen in game moxie from TVD. That fucking play on 2nd and 10 from the 0 yard line, bro. Who does that? Who does that? When does that play even get called? When does that play even get called? Who does that? Like, that was the best play of the game for me, because that's what the game was on the line. That when the game was on the line. And then he ran for a first down that same drive. You can't teach this. You can teach all the fundamentals. You can teach
one against the other, because
oh no,
you can't say that if Garcia wasn't the one in the same spot that he wouldn't have had the same type of mark. We don't know.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when I'm not. We can't. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, for a fact, I doubted TVD. And I listen. This kid, he listen. From what I'm seeing right now, bro. Let me read this to you again. Let me read this to you again.
Oh, you preaching?
Like,
nobody arguing with.
Like this is fucking bananas. This is second start on the road against a hot pit team, and this man went 32 for 42 for 426 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Remember, look,
there's no way you can ask for anything better out of
bro. We happy about that. No, we with you. Like I said, as a Canes fan, like, to see him performing like this, dog. I couldn't ask for nothing more. Like, I'm excited as hell. But like I said, I'm not gonna use that to bash somebody who's on the sideline. I'm just gonna say, like, I want them both. I want them to stay.
I'm not bashing. I'm not even. You know what? I'm not even mentioning Garcia, because I am giving. I am giving all of the credit, just like I did when I did the spring game.
Yep.
I'm giving. So listen. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. He's showing me something. It's not just he's showing me something different. He's not rattled. This was on a road in a packed stadium.
Top 25 team.
Top 25 team. 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
And he shredded them. He shredded them. I mean, he threw the ball to 9 different receivers. He shredded them.
Ain't nothing bad you could say about his performance. Like, his shit.
I'm loving it. Listen, man. The last time I seen a freshman play like this, and people gonna be crazy. Last time I seen a freshman hot like this was Trevor Lawrence. That's the last time I seen a freshman hot like this.
Wait a minute.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
I'm not
comparing those guys. Remember, those guys didn't come. Those guys weren't starting as true freshmen. That's why both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them had a red shirt year.
Yeah. The last one Trevor and
Lawrence had a red shirt year too.
Yeah, red shirt. No, he didn't. He was true freshman.
He didn't start though. He came. Didn't he come in like halfway through the season or something?
Yeah.
It wasn't even halfway. He played. It was 4 games. Them 4 games was Kelly Bryant kind of his trial. If you're gonna stay on this team, you got to show us that you're gonna be quarterback 1 and that you can beat this kid out. And he didn't beat him out in them 4 games, so he redshirted and then he transferred to Missouri. Trevor Lawrence, he started the rest of the season and every game after that.
Yeah.
So clearly, I'm saying clearly, this this redshirt season that TVD got wasn't wasted. Obviously, he was doing a lot of work.
He was doing a lot of work, but.
But how can you say that though? How can you say that if so many people wrote him off in the spring game?
No, he said no. Let's go back to that. I can answer that for you because I wrote him off.
We could go back. I could go back to that too.
I can answer that because the same way you just said that against the grain. You asked that question. I want you to look at me. Yeah, because you moving around when you ask that question, so I want you to look at me.
Nah, my little boy brought me a toy. He wanted me to open.
I want to tell him I want to play with it too. Send me the toy. I need some toys.
Nah, look, Etch a Sketch, man. You got to put a Halloween toy in.
Etch a Sketch. Wow. I remember Etch a Sketch.
Yeah, bro.
Now this is how I can answer that question. The same thing you just said about Garcia is how do we know if he's not doing it? That's what the same thing. We never
All we were
seen
doing back
TVD
then,
on. We didn't see TVD on the
was
field.
speculation. All we was doing back then was speculating because we remember when we were comparing them, neither of them had been in the game before. All we were hearing was stories from camp. We hadn't actually seen them at all, other than the spring game. So everything we was talking about
Was
was
speculation.
speculation, all speculation. So you can't say, well, you wrote him off back then. I mean, we were just speculating as fans. We were
I wrote them off. Facts.
Yeah,
It
but off
wasn't
of
just
speculation.
Time out. Hold
Is
on.
that really writing somebody off?
I wrote them
Derek,
off.
where my boy Derek said. Derek said TVD is a game manager. Garcia is a gunslinger. We can't win with a game manager. We need
we was doing that
Garcia.
all we was doing that off of pure speculation and hearsay.
Exactly. Y'all was speculating, not me. I said y'all gotta let both of these boys play.
Listen to me. I'm going to even invite Slim Shady K. What's up, OG?
That's what fans do.
Listen, I'm in a new. I told y'all this whole year I'm in a new mood. Slim, if you want to come on and talk your shit, you can come on and talk your shit too. I'm even invite Slim. I'm even invite Slim, man. No, I'm at peace with me right now. I'm at peace with Harlem Hurricanes. So
Slim gonna let us have it.
Slim, me and Slim been at war for a whole year, and I'm ready to let it go because he's actually a friend of mine, and I'm ready to let it go. So if he want to come in and talk his shit, he can come in and talk his shit. If not, I invited you, my brother. But now I wrote me personally. I wrote TVD off. No cap. I wrote them off, and I'm glad I did because I can admit that I was wrong. I can admit
that's the difference, though. Wrong. You can admit it. Not everybody can.
No, I wrote them off, bro. I wrote them off. I was 100%. This kid here, he's not meeting expectations. He's not even exceeding expectations.
Blowing past.
He's blowing them motherfuckers up.
Mm-hmm. But actually, he ain't, because if you talk to Slim Shady or the people that was on the bandwagon, they saying this is what they expected. So
no, I'm saying me. I'm saying me personally. If they expected that, I'm good with that. I can't argue what they expected. I'm saying me personally. I did not, even when before the spring game, I said he was the starter. Right? I said that. But
after the spring
game, I said Garcia, because I never even wanted Garcia. If you go look at my videos, I didn't want him to come to Miami. You remember that against the grain? I'm pretty sure against the grain. So I let people. So I was wrong after the spring game. Sometimes you gotta say, bro, you got this one wrong. I don't think a healthy Garcia would beat out TVD. TVD right now, bro. Right now, did you see him today? Did you see him last week? And like I said, if that ball would not have gotten tipped at North Carolina, he would have won that game. He shredded them.
If Manny would have left the game in his hands, the Virginia game, he would have won that one too.
I really want you to come on, Slim, because I got some words for you, and they're not bad words. Because like I said, I'm in a different. Listen, bro, I had so many. The worst thing happened to me when I needed some things, and then the best thing in the world happened to me. And right now I'm in a different place, and I'm in a different space.
I just don't want people to turn this into because we're giving TVD all his praises, rightfully so, and I'm with you, and I'm on the bandwagon. I just don't want people to turn this into some, oh well, TVD's exceptional, so Garcia must be trash, or Garcia's not great.
No,
not you. I'm just saying I don't want people to turn it into that, because you can't talk about somebody who ain't never been put out there and he's on the sideline. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta leave that.
That didn't look. So not to cut you off, but that didn't stop people from saying when TVD came out in that Virginia game, oh man, we need Garcia. If Garcia wasn't hurt, they did this weeks after weeks after weeks. Every game the
played, Can I answer this question?
I never said that he got to pull him off. I never said that.
Can I answer this question? And studio, this is since you made this question, you asked me this. You can come in right now, and I will explain it to you as well. I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid. I'm drinking Kool-Aid mixed with liquor and everything right now, bro. I'm looking at you. You can't. I'm looking at what I'm seeing on the field. Period. I did not say Garcia is not. I've never said.
All he doing is speculating.
I've never said Garcia is not that dude. What I'm saying is what I'm seeing right now. If Garcia was doing the same motherfucking thing that TVD is doing, every Garcia fan would be in this motherfucker going crazy, including me.
Exactly. He's saying the same thing.
So I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid. What I'm telling you is in my heart of hearts right now, if Garcia was healthy, with TVD mindset, the way he throws the ball, he can even freaking run. He's not a statue. We all thought he was a statue, and he's not a statue. I'm seeing his in-game performance, bro. So I'm not drinking Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the whole fucking gallon of it.
He's playing like he's playing like a player. You know those players that always been questioned their whole career, like coming up, they was always doubted. He playing like one of them type of players.
I've only been on Louisiana. I only been on for an hour and 16 minutes. I didn't go. I didn't go live.
Definitely got a chip on his shoulder.
See what it looked like to me is he heard all of them people writing him off and he took that shit personal.
He did,
and he understand that. All right, I have a bad drive. We get a 3 and out at the start of a game, and then everybody start calling for Jake. Man, that dude dropped his nuts 4 weeks in a row, even though he only won 2 of them games. That was games that we've seen that Miami team fold before.
You know what I liked about him? You know what I liked about him more than anything else? It's how he called the players out.
Yeah.
Everybody been saying they want the players. He did what everybody been saying they wanted him to do. What Kool-Aid am I drinking, studio? What Kool-Aid am I drinking, bro?
Listen, I'm a Hurricane fan. I love these boys,
right? Can I read something for you real quick? Can I read something for you real quick? I want to read something for you.
Go ahead.
I want to read something for you real quick.
No, I don't read them stats because you read them 3 or 4 times, buddy.
All right, that's not cool. That ain't Kool-Aid. That ain't cool.
Yes, that's Kool-Aid. Just remember,
that's straight drop.
Last 3 years, we've been hype.
Like don't say we. Don't say we. Don't say we. You take me out of that.
I still showed the last 3 years, buddy. Yes, you have.
I ain't, bro. I've been disappointed in quarterback. No.
We were gonna come out the gate running.
Listen,
we thought we were gonna go head over Alabama. We didn't think we were gonna get 3 and something. Tell the truth now, Zoe.
At the beginning of the year, I want to be as positive as I could be. Even though everybody knew I did not want De'Aaron King. Everybody knew that. I still wanted to be as positive as I could be because we hadn't played a game. Okay. But the quarterback situation, I always wanted Perry over King. And I felt like King limited our offense.
I know.
TVD is different. This dude is 6'4" with 220 pounds. Run like a D, not like a gazelle, but like a D. Got long stride, actually runs pretty fast, and has a heart of a lion.
I agree with it.
So I'm not discounting Garcia at all. All I'm saying is what I'm seeing on the field from TVD right now, bro. He's playing at a Heisman level.
I agree.
You got it right.
Let me respond to that, Zoto. This is what I'm saying. Because I'm with TVD too. If he continue to play like this, I'm with him. But the only thing that makes me a little bit worried about him is he's a one-read dude.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Who told no, he's not? They proved 3 times a day.
He getting better.
3 times a day he went to his third option. He's never been a one read dude. He's never been a one read dude. That's never been him.
I give you that. I give you that. But I give you that. But let me finish what I'm saying. I'm watching him since the Virginia game all the way through. So I'm seeing improvement out of him. I agree. But at first, you got to admit, soon as that first guy ain't open, he switches up and it gets sacked. Or he'll take off. And he late with taking off. He got more confidence as the second, third game. Well, he was like, wait a minute, I can run now. So I give him that now. Where he'll decide to go ahead and get that first instead of and then getting, you know what I'm saying, take off. He is getting better with his read. Look at Kenny Pickett and him. Just look at both of the QPs. Kenny Pickett like this here.
Answer this question. How many years?
30 years old.
Kenny Pickett, 30 years. He's 30 years old. He's 30 years old. We play. This is a guy's second. He's a redshirt freshman. His second role game in his career.
I agree.
And outplayed Kenny Pickett in his home.
I don't know. Well, yeah. So since you want to mention Kenny Pickett, he outperformed Kenny Pickett in his own home, who's a Heisman candidate as a freshman. I agree. But what I'm saying is, hold on now. I'm with him. I'm with everything you saying. This is not the best TVD. Because I hope he keep going and keep climbing. All I'm saying is, don't drink the Kool-Aid, because you know us as fans. As soon as he come out there messing up, we gonna. I'm not me, because I don't do this. But most of the fans, you see how they throw King under the table?
I threw King under the table. I threw King under the table the day we got him.
Man, y'all was loving King last year.
I like it.
Who we had? Who you wanted to come in and replace last year?
I want the same person that's balling out of control right now, FIU. The same person that's balling out in the same division that King balled out. The same division that King balled out in. That guy. That's who I wanted.
Okay. TVD is gonna be straight as long as he can avoid the injury. That's it.
I always said King was Kevin Hart. King was Kevin Hart. I always said that. King was Kevin Hart. I've always said that.
I just hope he gets a little bit more confident. I think it's just his confidence.
Oh no. That's what he don't lack. That's what he don't lack.
He ain't lacking confidence.
He ain't lacking no confidence.
Oh man, y'all
ain't.
I'm looking at it.
He was early on, but the last 2 games he got his swag. Like, he's good now. He got his confidence now.
That's what I'm saying, man. I feel like
I still see hesitation. I don't see. I'm comfortable back here. Whatever. I don't see that yet, but I hope I do.
Bro, time out.
Man, got 8
Listen, I'm about to kill you when you say you don't see that confidence. Bro, the game is on the line. We got a safety, and they let us out of it. They let us off the hook. We got a safety. 2nd and 10 from the 0-yard line. He throws a fucking dart. Sat in the pocket, 10 toes down, and threw a dart. You name me the last quarterback you see in Miami. Name me the last quarterback you see do some shit like that. That's moxie. That's moxie.
You down 30-24 against NC State, and you throw that laser, that slant on that touchdown. How many times? That's an incomplete pass.
I understand that, but when you on a 0-yard line, bro, that game. If we don't get a first down, we lose that game probably. And then he ran for a first down on that same drive.
Yep.
The dude good.
And guess what he did? Guess what he did? He ran for the first down and slid. That
got 2 yards and slid. So not only I can't nitpick his game, bro.
All I'm saying, hey, look,
I feel
if
you.
you got that, dog, if you got that you on the side of your helmet and you playing quarterback and you balling, I don't care what the name is on the back of the jersey, to be honest.
Straight up.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And I was telling people that, man, so you remember before the season started, man, and I was saying everybody keeps saying this, oh, TVD a game manager, bro. That dude is a baller. If you a game manager, it's about mental.
I never said he was a game manager. I just said I thought
No,
he'd
other
be my
people
I
that was
guess,
a knock
I
on him.
guess he
Everybody
is a
was like, oh,
president.
Jake is a gunslinger, Jake is this. But when
Hey,
people
you
talk
know-
about Jake, no, hold on, I gotta make a point. So when he asked if TVD is a one read quarterback, and then if that read not there, he tense up. Why nobody say nothing about Jake taking 3 sacks in the spring game? Because he going through his progressions and he's not decisive, right? The game is coming at him faster. Nobody bring up the sack that he take, but they said Jake got better pocket presence than TVD. He moved in the pocket better, but TVD didn't get sacked at all in the spring game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to figure out, like, what is it that y'all saw that makes you think that this kid came in a year behind somebody else and he's just better off of natural talent?
You know what I'm gonna say?
It can't happen.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say this right here, man. Tyler Van Dyke got me stopped talking about the Coastal Carrier. Put it that way. How about that? How about that?
It's a real deal, bro.
That's
It's a
simple.
real deal. And the play calling is a lot better with him, too. That's the thing that's impressing me the most, more than it is just him.
Part of it. That is part of it.
You know why it's part of it? Because he's a different quarterback.
That might be true. Because
He can make those reads. No, he can make those reads.
He ain't scared to throw that, and he throw it good deep. I give him that, and he accurate. I'm gonna give him that.
Throw a good deep. He throw a good deep, short, mid range. Hey,
accurate.
Put your headphones on. Put your headphones. Get headphones. More better.
You hear noise in my background?
Yeah, it was noise in your background last time, but you flipped on me last time I said this. So I ain't want to say it last time. So you told me
it's quiet. I mean, I don't know what to do.
I don't know if you got me on echo. You have some headphones. Put some headphones on. See if that worked different.
Man.
I'm serious. If you saw, I was gonna say background. Yeah, you can hear it in the background. If I'm talking right now, hold on, JP, hold on. Now I don't hear nothing. Now unmute yourself. I'm gonna unmute him. I'm gonna unmute you. Now hold on. Now when I'm talking now, let me see. When I'm talking now, I can still hear something in the background. I hear myself in the background.
Maybe it's this Samsung phone. I've switched to a Samsung.
It ain't the phone. It ain't the phone, bro. It ain't the phone because I talk my Samsung all the time.
I should have kept my iPhone.
No. Listen, if you are on right, and you didn't click out of YouTube, it's gonna have the background noise in. That's why you need your headphones on. It's gonna have any phone gonna do that. It's gonna have your background noise in there.
Hey, and I was just messing with you anyway, bro. I'm an iPhone user, but
but if you put your headphones in, the background noise probably.
I'm a log out. Come back. I'll come back. Y'all go ahead, fellas. Keep talking.
Right.
Now I was just saying, I hope TVD. I hope he's a level-headed dude. Like I hope he gonna keep the chip on his shoulder even when he goes on a streak. When we doing good, I hope his play don't go down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm worried about.
I'll be more worried about that with Jake than I would him. Though.
Ask this question though. Okay. Why can't we give a man his props without waiting for his downfall? You know, listen.
Nah, because of this fan base, that's a valid
point. Just see what I'm saying. This was the greatest. This was the greatest line from Biggie Smalls. That's not all. MC's got the gall to pray for my downfall. When you speak something with conviction, you speak it into existence.
But that's
I'm not saying that's what you're saying. What I'm saying is, can we give somebody their flowers without burying them?
It's like when you get something really nice that you like, and you just hope. It's like when you come in from a place where you're used to losing or having no success, and you just really hope this little success you have don't go. That's basically the feeling. It's like, damn, shit been so bad, and finally we got something good going, You just praying that this shit don't fuck up.
No, that's not what you're doing. Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's what I'm doing.
No, that's not what you're doing, JP. I love you to death, you my brother. It's not what you're doing, brethren. I'm gonna pull out our home on you. That's not what you're doing, brethren.
That's what I'm
feeling. What you're doing is, if Garcia was doing the same thing, you would not say that same. You wouldn't make the same.
I would say the same thing.
You know what? You my brother, I love you to death. So I'm gonna take that as a. I believe you because you my brother.
I would say the same thing.
Y'all do me a favor though. Y'all do me a favor. I need everybody to Hey Slim, this you Slim?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna mute everybody for a second. I need everybody to just give me a couple seconds with Slim. Real talk, just a couple seconds. So, I just need a couple seconds. Don't get off. I just need a couple seconds with Slim. Hey Slim, we've been through a lot, up and downs. You know what I went through personally. I said a lot of bad shit that I more likely shouldn't have said as a man, you know what I'm saying, and working with Coach Hayes and talking to other people as a man, I truly apologize because we were better friends than that. We talked on the phone a lot, and I can admit a lot of the shit that I said was wrong and out of line. And as a man, I want to apologize to you, my brother.
Be honest with you, I ain't have no hate for you. I didn't run around talking shit about you. I never came in here just to talk shit in your video. I mean, you saw that. I didn't come in and talk shit in the videos. Put in the little eyes. I was keeping an eye on it. Wouldn't come in just to drop a dislike just to do it.
No, that's not true.
I wasn't even tripping about it.
Now, I went through a lot of personal shit in my life, man, and you know what I'm saying? Things happen, and like I say, man, it wasn't you, and I truly apologize for the things that I said, man. And like I say, you my brother still. To the end of the day, man, I love you, man, and hey, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we can move past it. You know what I'm saying, and just just try to grow it back, man.
Because I'm no different. I've said things I shouldn't have when I'm mad or pissed off too. We're all human.
Yeah. I think I took it a little too far though. I took it too far, but we didn't talk for a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? And I did. You know what I'm saying? And I can admit that. So, we got people in chat, and I listen. We all have to grow as people. And at the end of the day, if I would have called Slim for $10,000 and Slim had $9,999, he'd have sent me $9,900 and kept the other $99 so we can get gas. And I know that. You know what I'm saying? So. Sometimes you just got to be a man and own up to your mistakes, and that's what I have to do right now. So I appreciate you coming in, my brother. Now let's talk some motherfucking football. What you think about the game today?
The only thing that I did not like that really disappointed me just overall for the game. I mean, obviously you can look at this play, oh, this guy shouldn't have done it, but I'm just talking overall for the game is the way they come out in the second half and took their foot off the gas. I don't like that. Keep your foot on somebody's neck. Keep them down.
Yeah, I don't know if they took their foot off the gas or pit adjusted a little bit.
I'm sure that was some of it.
Yeah, but like it's just I'm just happy to see this young freshman quarterback. Like, let me read these two super chats because somebody just mentioned something about me because I didn't read two super chats. I think TVD is the truth. I always felt it was too early for King to come back. I know I did not. I told people he was going to get hurt again on that one. And it's the other one from Modi. Modi, we have to learn to enjoy greatness no matter if it's a freshman or a senior. If they producing, let's fuck go, basically. Agree or not. TVD is special, and he is going to make mistakes, but what did I say? He's a composer. Yeah, he's a composer.
Yeah, it's composer. That's
the
biggest thing.
Oh, he has.
He don't get rattled, bro.
So, I mean, that's what the dude like. Hey, I have nothing but respect for TVD, but like.
And like dude said, I was with him from the off season, but I also threw out there. I said I have a preference for a pocket passer over. I'll have a preference for a pro style quarterback over a dual threat. That's just what I prefer in a quarterback. Now, I didn't say he would come out and do all this. I mean, because you never know what they're going to do until they're actually in the game.
This is I said it, and people. I hope people don't think that I'm being like just overboard. This is not what Trevor Lawrence did, but this is kind of Trevor Lawrence for 2 games. Like, just bro, on the road in Pitt, and what he did last week against NC State, like you from a freshman, somebody who's never touched the field before.
And it's like I said in Coach Hayes' show last week, after that win. I said, and I think that also kind of goes back to some mistakes that the coaching staff is making, but we're 3 drop passes and 5 points away from being 6-1.
Yeah.
People have to look beyond just the record, actually watch the games and see what's going on. 3 touchdowns were erased off the board in the Appalachian State game for penalties. All of a sudden, that game busted wide open.
That's part of the game.
It is.
Okay, that reflects on the team too. So penalties and dumb mistakes, that's part of the team performance.
And you know what? You know what else part of it? A quarterback that refuses to let you lose.
Now,
like you can't teach that.
What's also part of that is, as much as we try and put everything on the coaching staff, I guarantee those coaches are banging their head against a wall every week about dumb penalties. I guarantee it.
And the funny thing is, it was the upperclassmen that were fucking up a lot early in the season. So I mean, I don't understand. That's kind of weird.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again to you because the upperclassmen are playing better now. They are, and just be admitted. And I'm gonna show you again why. And like I said, I know who I talked to last week. That is very strategic. That is very strategic. The Ed Reed effect is why.
Well,
because do you not notice when someone says something, Ed Reed says, "Shut your mouth." You know when somebody says something on Twitter, Ed Reed says, "Shut up, stop talking." Y'all, do y'all remember that happened last week? Y'all remember that happened last week? You remember Ed Reed told me, "Shut up, stop talking." As you play, you're talking. Shut up. Like he's a man who if he tells you to shut up with his resume alone, you have to shut up. Like he's telling you to shut up.
Okay.
Who got kids in the background?
That's my little boy back there fighting.
Now, as much
as he's taking over the show. He's taking over the show.
As much as we're praising younger players, look at when they put James Williams in full time 3 or 4 games ago. He would make a good play. But then, I mean, perfect example, his first game, he had 3 15-yard penalties. That's young players making dumb mistakes. So they're doing it too. But I expect it out of them.
Yeah.
I expect it from a young player.
I think, and like I said, I truly believe, Slim, that Ed Reed has had a dramatic effect on. And like I said it when he walked, when Manny walked away from Ed. What game was that against the Crane when he walked? Y'all remember what game that was? That was that the when he turned his back on Ed.
Was it not Virginia?
It was a Virginia game. He turned his back on Ed when Ed was saying something to him. And I came live and I said, did y'all not see that? He got killed for doing that. When he turned his back.
I also think people are reading too much into that because I also shake his head and acknowledge what he was saying. So for all we know, Ed had said what he needed to say and was done.
No, that's not what happened. Slim, serious, that's not what happened. That is not what happened. I'm just being honest with you. That's not what happened. What happened is when he did that, Ed got pissed. It was a conversation had. It was a conversation had with the board of trustees, and they told me better not do it again. That's what. And just like I put in today, and I said I wasn't gonna say anything. And I'm not saying it's 100% guaranteed, but that right there, that picture right there is very strategic. My understanding, if Manny keeps his job next year, Ed will be the defensive coordinator, and assistant head coach, and Manny be the head coach.
Hey, I got a question for you, Slim Shady. What I'm seeing is making me think is either one of two things that's been happening. It's either one, the older players that were recruited just aren't as talented as these newer younger players that we've recruited, or those older players either weren't improving for some reason, or I mean, what do you think?
I'm about to break my fucking neck on this.
I
No,
think
hold on. I want Slim Shady. I want Slim Shady to answer.
I ain't saying nothing because I answered it for you 20 times. You,
I just want to hear Slim Shady's take.
I
I know
think
he has an interesting take.
I think some of it, and I've said this time and again, the guys also have to put in the work on their own, and we know for a fact some of them weren't. You ain't gonna get no better if you don't put in the work.
that's true.
Everybody down. Ed Reed said it too. They had to put in the work, and we know for a fact some of them weren't. I think that explains some of it. I think I don't even remember who I heard said it, but to me, for some reason, it hit home. I think some players came in there with the mentality that they had that U on the side of their helmet, so people were just going to back down to them, and that ain't the case. If anything, it's going to make them come at them harder.
I'm leaving that comment up right here. I'm leaving that comment up.
I'm gonna agree with Slim Shady on that. I remember when Fella used to say he run to practice. Remember Sean Taylor used to jog to practice.
Yeah, listen, I understand. I understand all that, but listen. You also had coaches that developed those guys and then they had a culture of that in place, right? Name me a player that got truly better from their freshman year to their senior year under Manny Diaz and Mark.
He been there long enough to say that.
No, he has been. I'm talking even when he was coaching defense. No. Even when he coached defense for 3 years, name me a freshman player. The freshman linebackers got worse. Everybody got worse.
You know, Shaq Quarterman looking good out there for them Jaguars right now.
Did he look good for the? Did he look good for the Hurricanes? Did he look good for the Hurricanes?
Yeah, I take him right now with any of our linebackers we got right now.
I'm about to kick you out the chair.
Will look worse.
Linebacker coach back
Tell
then?
me.
Answer this question. Answer this question. Answer this question, Studio Live. Did he get better every year at Miami? Or did he get worse?
He got better.
Shaq got better?
Shaq Quarterman did?
There's no way you can say he got worse when his last year at Miami, he was leading the team in tackles. It wasn't even close.
He did lead the tackles. He also led the team in getting burnt by tight ends. They could never put him in coverage. He also led the team. Today, bro, this is not 2001 where linebackers didn't cover. In today's defense, they have to cover. In today's defense,
if you hate Corey Flag right now, you really hate Shaq Quarterman this year. Shaq couldn't cover the flats. If you ran a stretch or outside zone, man, Shaq is not running it down, bro. He was good. He would have been perfect. He's 10 years too young. If he would have been 10 years old, he would have been an NFL Hall of Fame.
Russo didn't get better. Redwine did get better. Quan, but those were Al Golden guys, man.
But not only that, but when you're talking about player development, you're talking about who's got a good position coach staff. Like obviously that means Rick's staff wasn't all that good if he wasn't developing players. Really.
Time out. Hold up. Manny hired the defensive staff, not the offensive staff. Rick didn't hire the defensive staff. Manny did.
You know what Mark Rick's problem? He had Alzheimer's. He couldn't remember the plays. That was his problem.
Shit, it wasn't but 5 of them.
That's because that's the only thing he can remember.
Well, here's the thing.
His first year.
Here's the thing, too. We all saw what Malik Rozier was. Could he Could Malik play any other than 5 plays? No, he couldn't.
That's why I wanted Perry to play.
Hold on. Do y'all remember Mark Richt first year?
The offense was horrible.
The first 3 games, we had a whole different scheme. Get App State, all them. Then we go up against Florida State and change our whole offensive scheme. We lose by an extra point. Then against North Carolina, he had like he forget the whole entire playbook. We lose 3 games in a row. Then all of a sudden he remembers we got Njoku, we got Herndon, we got all these goddamn well. We blow everybody out the rest of the year. I said, well, what was that? Okay, second year.
Oh Studio Live. Studio Live, boy.
Oh
you got to change your name to DMX.
I don't even want to remind me, man. That's it.
He giving a full concert. He standing up with microphone in his hand. Let me read this, Tony. Let me read this, Dono.
Garvin didn't get better.
Hey, let me read this, Dono. I love TVD because he has the heart. That's something we have been lacking with a lot of these vets. The team is especially this year. You know what? Listen to me. When you have a coach that believes in you, and you have a leader that believes in you and believes in your ability, it will make you better. When you have a coach that beats you down, or a supervisor or a boss man on your job that beats you down and tears you down every day, then you're not going to give your best performance. He has a coach that believes in him. And grooming him to get better every day. That's why I'm giving my growth to Coach Hayes and a few other mentors. That's I got promotions and everything at my job since I've been dealing with some people, grooming me to be better. I'm 45 and still can be groomed to be better. My thing is the coaching staff was not grooming these players, in my opinion, because I haven't seen too many players. And if we can name 5 out of all these top 15 recruiting classes, that's not good. We lost a team that we were clearly better than because we got out coached.
So that just means Diaz wasn't hitting on his basically all the position coach. Most of the position coaches he was trying to bring in, he wasn't hitting on none of them.
He wasn't hitting on them. And Diaz is very, and I'm a Diaz guy. Slim, you remember? Slim, you was on the show. It was me, you, and what's the name on the show? When I pleaded for Diaz to be the head coach. You remember? And Slim got mad at me. Slim ain't want Diaz. I want Diaz.
Diaz guy. I wasn't. I mean, granted, I didn't want Mark Richt either.
Me neither.
But he made me look like a damn fool.
So you remember me rooting for Diaz. So my thing is, right now I'm killing myself by saying he was a bad choice. I made the bad choice.
I'm still with man.
Well, I'm not even gonna say you made a bad choice. I'm gonna say the same thing, and you can back this up because I've consistently said it over the years with different coaches. You're not gonna find out what Manny is unless you give him the time. Now everybody wants to go on. Oh, he got out coached by Mac Brown, or Nick Saban wouldn't have done this. Mac Brown and Nick Saban have been coaches for 30 years. Manny Diaz has been a head coach for a year or 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Of course he's not going to do things that they're going to do. Of course he would get out coached by them.
That's really the administration people really get frustrated at, because they're the ones bringing in the inexperienced head coaches.
But when Manny got hired, there was really no coaches available. Cristobal was that.
Well, here's the thing. That name any coach that Miami's hired in the last 35 years outside of Howard Schnellenberger that was an experienced, and that's a home run hire coach.
Hold on.
Not one. Oh, wait. Not one. What's the name? Howard Schnellenberger was the only coach that we ever hired that had the championship pedigree experience type.
No, I didn't say. See, y'all going y'all taking it another level. All I said was experience at the head coach. I didn't say that they were great.
Well, we've had experience.
Every championship coach we had was an experienced head coach, minus Larry Coker, but that wasn't his team anyway. But they all had experience.
How many years did
Randy Shannon had no experience?
Well, how many
That's
years?
what. I'm not talking about. I said the
How many?
championship.
How many
Championship
years?
head coaches. That's what I said. Championship coaches.
How many years did what's his name, Jimmy Johnson coach at Oklahoma State?
I don't know, but he had head coaching experience.
Okay, Al Golden had head coaching experience.
Right, but didn't you listen to the question I just said? I said of the championship coaches we've had, all of them had head coaching experience before they started coaching here.
No, they didn't. Butch Davis didn't.
Okay.
Davis never won a title either.
We should have won it that year.
We should have, but we didn't. But he didn't. He right. He did win the title.
But I the 01 team, that's Butch Davis' title.
That's Butch's team.
No,
he didn't coach it. That's all. He didn't coach it.
Oh God! All right.
He didn't coach it. He didn't.
Listen, that was the year they let Florida State go to the championship, even though we beat them head up.
Yeah, and I'm not this. I agree with all of that. And then we blew out. Do anybody even remember how bad we beat? We blew it out. Okay. So I agree with all that, but at the end of the day, like Slim said, he did not coach the championship team. He doesn't have a ring.
I don't give Coker the credit like he coached us to a championship.
You don't have to.
Nobody does, but you can't say, "Oh, I'm not gonna give Coker the credit, but I'm gonna give it to Butch." Butch had a whole different program.
You know why you don't have to. You know why you don't have to give Coker the credit? Because the NCAA and everybody else got this.
You got to give Coker the credit because Butch Davis, he lost a game. We're practicing the same team. If we wouldn't have lost that first game of the year, he wouldn't have to worry about Florida State G'ing us. We would have went to the championship.
Yeah, but bro, that was Dorsey's first road game. What are you talking about? Of course he lost that game, man.
Coco ain't losing no games.
And listen, I mean, for as dominant as people talk about how Alabama is, they lose a game pretty much every year.
Exactly.
They've only got 2 undefeated seasons in this whole Nick Saban run. So, I mean, even most of the time, Florida's never had an undefeated season, and they got 3 national championships. So I don't care about a loss. That don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I still y'all could say whatever, but I'm still not give Coker the credit for that as far as coaching wise.
Bro, you don't have to. But I don't want to hear nothing about if Coker can't get no credit. Butch don't deserve none either. All he did was recruit the players and left them.
Can I ask y'all a quick question?
I'm gonna quote Najee Davenport when it comes to that. Larry Coker was just the chaperone to get them on the bus.
That's fine.
What I want everybody that phone. I want somebody to do me a favor, right? I want somebody to go pull this up, right? Go pull up a picture of Butch Davis doing this right here. If you can't pull that up,
if you find it, it's Photoshop.
If you can't pull that up, shut up. If you can't pull that up, shut up. If you can't pull it up. No. If you can't pull that up, and listen to me. If you can't pull that up, there's no need to talk about it. Because that's a fact.
Shut up about that championship in 02, 03. Ohio State. That loss. We need to shut the fuck up about it. Because we ain't getting the ring. Ohio State got the ring. We can't complain. That's it.
I don't complain.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't complain.
A lot of us be pissed about that.
That's totally different. Because people feel a certain way that we lost that game. This is
but it ain't fact.
No, they feel exactly. So they feel nobody's walking around nobody's walking around saying we the champions. I don't see us holding no
people say, "Oh, we should have."
We should have. People say we should have, but nobody's walking around saying we were the champions. What I'm saying is we should have not. You cannot find Butch Davis with one of these on no level.
Oh boy.
That's all I'm saying.
Here's my overall point with it. Year 3, what were Miami fans doing to Butch Davis? They were flying banners, talking about firing him. Thanks, Butch, champs to chump. What I think this fan base needs to do is realize a lot of us don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Some of these people are paid millions of dollars for a reason, and no matter how tired we are, if we keep doing the same thing, firing coaches every 3 years, we're gonna keep getting the same results.
I got one even better for you. I got one even better for you. They wanted Jimmy Johnson fired his first year.
Sure
That
did.
Miami.
Sure
He,
did.
he took a championship team and they won and we didn't win. They wanted him fired.
Yeah,
Jim,
That's why I'm
Now,
still
now,
with
that was logical.
now he's considered the greatest Miami hurricane coach of all time.
Jimmy
This is
Johnson.
what this is why we fans.
You know what? Listen. Sometimes, listen. People act like sometimes it's okay. All of us have jobs, right? None of us really work for ourselves. Probably, I know I don't. I have a plant manager I have to answer to. Okay, all of us want jobs, right? So we saying Larry Coker didn't earn that. Yeah, to me that's bullshit because he put his pride to the side, right? How many of us as workers want our management team or whatever to let us do our job? Just let us do our job without what they call it, bird dogging us, without micromanaging. Okay, that's what Larry Coker did. He didn't bird dog and he didn't micromanage, and he went 2 straight years without a loss. 2 years without a loss, and the only loss he got was at that Ohio State loss. He went 2 years straight without a loss.
I'm giving him some credit. I just like
How you go? How you go 2 years? How you go two? If you can manage 18, like Slim just said it. Slim just said it. The great Nick Saban averages a loss. He averages a loss. This man went 2 years without a loss.
Now, I'll give you
I
another one.
don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what else?
Yeah. What
the thing is because everybody saw the thing is, you know why people have a hard time giving him the full credit?
Because
It's because we listen because we saw what Butch was building from the ground up, right? We were there from the beginning.
Why y'all for Slide Banner? Why y'all Slide Banner to get him fired then?
I'm just trying to tell you that the Coker stuff. Because we saw the process from Butch from the beginning to when he got it to the point where he got it. And then when we seen it get handed off, it's like it's hard for you to give the full credit when you seen it built with somebody else.
All right, so do you give the champ? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you go, Slim. I'm sorry. So do you give the championship to Doug Collins or do you give it to Phil Jackson? Who you give the championship to? Who you give the championship to? Do you give Doug Collins or you give
the first look? The first one. Listen, the first one people might have had the same argument, but after he won, after he won 2, 3, 4, you can't question it no more.
So do you get a championship to Dale Harris or do you give it to Phil Jackson?
When you talking Phil Jackson already played out in front of us, so we can't ask that question now. You would have had to ask that question. You would have had to ask that question back after his first championship. You can't ask it now after he won.
I can answer the last question. I'm gonna let Slim have it. I'm gonna mute all of us. Did Bush Davis win a championship? Did he win a championship? Did he win one? Does he have a ring? Does he have a ring? Answer the question. Answer the question. Does he have a ring? Did he? Matter of fact, did he go 20? Did he go? How many games was it? Was the bowl game? Was that 12 games? 12 games? 12 games? 13? Did he go 26? Did he go 26-1 ever in his career as a coach? Did he go 26-1? Did he ever do that? Did he ever go 26-1? I'm done. Slim, you can have it.
Well, the point I was trying to make is relating it to what exactly is going on right here, because that was actually a little bit of revisionist history. Nobody saw the process Butch was doing. As a matter of fact, nobody really saw anything other than wanting to fire him until that UCLA game in 1999 when they knocked off the #1 team in the nation. And from then on, they rolled the rest of that year, which was only 3 more games, and then started the 2000 season when they really turned it around. We didn't see no process with Butch. We saw a statement win that turned it around. Now what if the last 2 weeks is exactly that statement, but all of a sudden everybody wants to run him out of town because we're not happy because it's been 20 years since we've won a title? I want to win as much as anybody, but a 20-year drought is not uncommon in college football, no matter how much we don't like it. Alabama's been through 2 of them that I can think of off the top of my head.
I'm bringing everybody else back in. I had to mute myself because I didn't want to end it. Because I think sometimes, like, you can unmute. I'm trying to unmute people.
I'm
JP,
with
JP, yeah, you got. All I'm saying is,
yeah.
all I'm saying is, like, we keep saying this Butch, right? And not give Larry Coker none. Like, I can't spit on this man's name like that. Do we know how hard it is to coach? It's harder to coach talent than it is to not coach talent, to coach non-talented players. Because people who don't have people who don't have talent will actually listen to you more.
You know, I have to go with Alonzo a little bit on this, and I'll give you a perfect example. LSU won a national championship, and then Ed Orgeron turned around and did absolutely nothing with that team the next year. Larry Coker guided his team to a national title the next year, even after winning it.
Undefeated. So you're not gonna give him no credit for that? No, he went undefeated 2. He went regular season undefeated 2 years in a row. 2. We talking about well, Bush got robbed because we lost the first game to Washington. Well, hold on. We saying that, but and that team that we lost, that actually was the greatest team. If we would have won, that team had everybody on it. The team that he lost to Washington State. But when Coker with the same talent, his first 25 games he won.
Yo, those teams had so much elite senior leadership. You're not even talking about
it. So why did we lose the year before Larry Coker got there?
Listen, I'm trying to tell you couldn't tear that team apart. Nobody could have tore that team
apart.
Why
did we lose with Butch the first game?
Those seniors were different seniors.
Oh my God! Keep making excuses. The 2000 had more talent.
The seniors of 2000 were a different group of players in the seniors.
Hold on. Kill that, Zoe. Over to kill that. You can't say they were seniors, different seniors. Because how would different seniors lose the first game and then all of a sudden run the table?
I'm saying they're different seniors. They're different people.
They ran the table that season. They ran the table. They only lost one game. They only lost one game. They lost that first game to Washington State and ran the table the rest of the week. What I'm saying is Larry Coker for 2 years, his first time being a head coach ever, first time ever being a head coach ever, went his 2 straight. He didn't lose.
What I'm saying, he couldn't have fucked it up. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't have fucked it up.
Bush Davis fucked it up.
How?
He lost.
But they lost the first game, dog. You missed the whole point.
Kaufman run over us like that, bro.
I'm not with you on this one. Check it. The season you talking about where we lost 1 game, right? In the beginning of the season, we lost that 1 game. Then we went on a tear, right? Then Butch left. We still hadn't lost. Butch left. Coker took over, and the team was already in the middle of that tear. And they never looked back. They kept winning.
So Coker gets. So Coker gets.
One lost game before the winning streak.
So Coker gets.
I remember that.
Coker gets no respect for not losing a game.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But that example you brought up ain't a valid example.
It is valid. You know why it's valid? Because at the end of the day, you could say they went on a winning streak. But Coker for 2 years did not lose the first game.
Yeah, because he was in the middle of the damn winning streak. He was in the middle of it. He took over in the middle of it.
No, he took over. He took over the second season. And the second season, he took over the second season at the second season and the third season. And then
yes, but he took over in the
credit
middle.
for that momentum the next year too.
He took over after 11 games.
So 2 years of momentum is when I'm going to get another.
He gonna give him two years.
Listen, he stepped in. Listen, he stepped in.
I gotta get another drink on this shit right here.
He stepped in after. Okay, who can disagree with me here? Listen, he stepped in after we had already won 11 games in a row.
Okay.
Who's to guarantee that he would?
Listen, but what I'm saying, listen.
Who's to guarantee that Bush Davis would have did the same? He would have won those games.
No, but you can't say what if. I'm just saying.
I can't say it. You saying the what if? You're right. I can't say what if.
Bro,
you're right. I can't say what if. All I can do is do right here.
Listen, he took over after the team. The team had won 11 straight. The team had won 11 straight.
Find me one of these with Butch.
Oh my God!
Let me ask you a question. If we would have won that national championship against Ohio State, you'll still do the same.
And Charles Paul's talking to me. He's texting me right now.
If we
I'm a two-time national champion.
Look, it would have been different if we had come off some losses and he took over and we started winning again. That's not what happened. He took over after we had won 11 straight games. That team was already on a roll. He just had to not fuck it up.
Well, yeah, bro, but you discredit like that's easier said than done, though. You know what I'm saying? Because think about how many other coaches then took over.
I'll agree with you.
Who's to say Bush Davis? Who's to say Bush Davis would have beat Oklahoma that year instead of Florida State playing? Who's to say Bush Davis? I'm agreeing with you right here. That year we didn't blow Florida State. That year we beat Florida State, right? We barely beat them, right? It was a wild right, right?
Which one? Which year?
The year that we lost that.
Yeah. Because remember, that's when we were coming up.
No, listen to me. We barely beat Florida State that year, right?
Yeah, the national championship year before.
No, listen to me. We barely beat Florida State that year in 2000.
Who were coming off a national championship?
No, listen to me. I'm talking about not coming off of that championship. I'm talking about the year that Bush was hosting the team.
Yeah.
We barely beat them, right?
Yeah, they were coming off a national championship.
That Florida State played Oklahoma and lost, right? Who's to say we would have beat Oklahoma?
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody knows
football.
Man, they were
Oklahoma, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta because you keep saying if. What I'm saying is we barely beat Florida State that year.
Who was coming up for national championship?
Listen. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to me. You keep throwing all these narratives in there.
That's the truth.
No, listen to me. We barely beat Florida State that year, right?
We're the number one team in the country. Go ahead.
Who's to say we would have beat Oklahoma? Who's to say we would have lost to them? Who's to say Bush Davis would have lost to Oklahoma?
We don't know. We beat Florida.
So my point is, there's no guarantee that we would have even if we would have got to the championship game, that would have beat Oklahoma. But it's a guarantee that Larry Coker won a championship. I'm done.
I'm agreeing with you.
Well,
you know, Zoe's gonna want to win an argument now.
And here's something, and I'm kind of falling in the middle of this. I'm kind of falling in the middle of this because I'm not a big Larry fan. But I will say this, in my opinion, the 2000 team was a more stacked roster than the 2001 team.
Thank you.
Because look
at every position. No.
Look at
every position.
Hang on, you had Santana Moss on that team, man.
You had Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, Edge.
Everybody came back. Who left?
Dan Morgan.
Let me look up this shit.
Dan Morgan's the leading tackler in Miami history.
We were more stacked at running back. We were more stacked at running back in 01.
They had Andrew James in 2000.
We were not all stacked.
We were more stacked. We were more stacked the following year.
We were the same stack that running back. We had 5 running backs deep all 3 of them years.
All right, so that's a push then. All right, so where was the? Okay, we had a receiver. We had more receivers. I say in 2000 we had more receivers. We had more receivers.
You know, we had better. Santana Moss was on the 2001 team. He wasn't on the 2001 team.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Answer this question. Besides Andre Johnson, Who was better on that 2000?
I'm agreeing with you, so that's what I'm trying to say. I'm agreeing with you. I said in
Reggie
2000,
Wayne wasn't. Yeah, Reggie Wayne
2000
wasn't
we
better
had
than
more
Santa Moss. Reggie Wayne
Listen,
was.
what
Oh
I'm
no,
agreeing
not
with
better.
you.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying in 2000 we had more receivers. I'm
Did we
agreeing
have
with you.
more receivers? Did we have better receivers?
No, we had more. We had more top receivers. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
And,
That
and
year.
we still had the two tight. We still had tight ends. We were everything. Line, defensive line, all the time. It was more talent on that 2000 team than it was that 2001 team.
Either way, it wasn't a drop off, really. If you're gonna say that, it wasn't much between them.
Oh, it
wasn't.
It wasn't a drop off. The only thing that I'm
It wasn't much
saying,
between them.
I'm not. You're making my point more and more valid.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is not that he just got a worse team.
So all I'm saying is, some people can build some people can build a championship team and it takes somebody else to win it.
Well, and I've said this for years too. It doesn't just take a great coach and a great team to win. It also takes luck.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Because 2001 team, we should have lost to Boston College.
It took luck to win that game.
Every
been a defensive lineman.
Defensive line. I forgot what defensive lineman. The defensive lineman picked it off and Ed Reed took it from him and went back for the touchdown. We should have lost that game.
Oh man, I was screaming, man. I almost lost my voice.
This is when I get it. This is when I get it when people think we supposed to blow everybody out. Because even with those great teams, we didn't blow everybody out, bro.
Nah, it's hard to blow everybody out.
We didn't blow a lot of teams out.
That Virginia Tech game was close.
And the Big East had Virginia Tech, Boston College, bro. They were more talented than the ACC.
I mean, don't forget Rutgers was ranked that year when we beat them.
They were more talented than the ACC. ACC only had Florida State, nobody else.
Yeah, you used to have Syracuse when I think Dwight Freeney was there.
Man,
the Big East was good, bro.
I still have nightmares of Donovan McNabb at Syracuse.
Donovan McNabb, yep.
They better put some respect on that Big East name.
It's just man, it's just easy talking trash because the Big East is dead and gone.
But when you look at the teams that were in that conference, they were better than the ACC.
But the reason that Miami's that 01 team has always been in the discussion is because of the amount of ranked teams they played and absolutely blew out that year, just like that 90 Nebraska team.
This is a great example of Tony Dungy built that Tampa Bay team. I'm gonna let Slim talk about this because he's a Tampa Bay fan. Tony Dungy built that Tampa Bay team, could not get that team over the hump. It's two examples with Tony Dungy. Couldn't get that team over the hump because he refused to let the offense go. They bring in John Gruden and they win a championship. Tony Dungy goes to Indianapolis. Got where they already got an offense. They said just control the defense, get our defense right, don't touch the offense. And guess what Tony Dungy did? He won a championship. So he ain't build. John Gruden didn't build that Tampa Bay team. But he's the championship coach from that team. Tony Dungy didn't build that Indianapolis team, but he's the championship coach of that team.
I'm gonna jump on the Slim bandwagon with this one. For once, I'm gonna agree with Slim. It ain't all we give the coaches a little too much credit and too much too much shit. Because
actually,
to be honest, a lot of it when you come to them championship teams, a lot of it is on them damn players in that locker room.
But just think about this here. John Gruden was the difference in Tampa Bay winning because he knew offense and the defense was already there, and Tony Dungy was too fucking stubborn to let the offense go. And then when that Indianapolis defense was fucking horrible, when he got there, they were great, and Peyton Manning had with him, and they won a championship. That was all coaching by both of those coaches. They knew the weaknesses, they knew the strengths.
And hey, like you just pointed out though, I've been saying that for years. We put more on the coaches, I think, than we should.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's equal blame to go on the players, and when it's apparent that it goes on, and I try and be as fair about it. Things that I think are the coach's fault, I try and put on them. Things I think are the players' fault, I try and put on them.
You know why I put it more? You know why I put it more on coaches in college than I do in NFL? I put it on players in NFL. But you know why I put it more on coaches in college? First off, coaches get paid. Players, they just started to get paid. Second off, these kids come out of high school. They don't know regiments and shit like that. And when you're there as an educator. You're an educator.
You're right. But
so what? No, I'm gonna let you have. And when you have a Nick Saban doesn't allow that bullshit. Urban Meyer didn't allow that bullshit. Like Dennis Erickson didn't allow that bullshit. Jimmy Johnson didn't allow that bullshit. So they didn't allow this shit going on with players. They demanded them. They made them. And Ed Reed said they stayed on them. Those coaches actually stayed on them to make them be great. If we have coaches that don't do that, and you listen, leadership starts from the top. You can't. The definition of lead. Listen, can I finish? Can I finish? The definition of lead is out in front. How can you lead from behind? If you're the lead, the coach is the leader. How can you lead from behind? You don't have to agree with it. Answer that question. How can you lead from behind, man?
I'm gonna answer that.
Every great war was won with a great general who out there fighting.
It helps when you recruit some alphas as your soldiers, though.
So that's your fault, though. Who recruited them?
Yeah, you're right. You got to recruit them dogs.
It's like me blaming Slim for shit that go on. It's like me blaming you, JP. It's like Studio Against the Grain and Slim blaming y'all for shit that's going on in my house. If I say I'm a leader, how the fuck am I blaming you for my problem if I say I'm a leader?
Well, here's where I'm going to differ with you.
I have no problem with that.
I agree.
When you look at the problems we have, okay, what's been the big problem before we got on this little tear? What's the big problems we've had tackling? You don't come to college to be taught how to tackle if you're a 4 or 5 star player.
True.
That's on the player.
True.
What was the other problem we've had for several years now?
Catching.
You don't come to college as a 4 or 5 star wide receiver and have to learn how to catch the damn ball. That's effort.
Can I say something though? When you playing with 3-4 different quarterbacks and the ball comes at you differently, you have to learn how to adjust to that ball from that quarterback. When it comes to tackling and when they put you out of position, and they throw too much in, if somebody throws too much on your plate, I teach welding, right? And we have these guys. It's this technique that 90% teachers teach. It's like this right here. When it comes to a flux score, they teach you how they want you to weave 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now you're thinking too much. Me, I'm like this here. Just goes. And everybody I taught passed their first time because you don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about it. I don't want you to think. I just want you to lay that root, lay that cap, pass your test. Sometimes these coaches, especially with Manny Blitz's scheme, it's a lot of thinking in that scheme. Sometimes we think too much. Sometimes they make them think too much. Dumb it down.
And I don't get mad at them if they don't get it right away. Because that very well could be the case. And if I see improvement on it, okay. And I have seen players improve. That's where I don't have a problem. Now, I'll even argue the flip side of this. I'll argue it for the players. It's hard to expect everything. It's hard to expect your receiver to stick to a game plan when you're constantly changing offensive coordinators. When they have 3 wide receiver coaches in 4 years, or 3 offensive line coaches in 4 years. How is anybody going to develop?
All of that. See, that's all I'm saying. Like, all of that comes into play.
It does. It's never just one thing. It is a culmination of many things.
Like, we've had different D-line coaches, different O-line coaches. So you hearing, like, whatever you do, JP, right? Whatever you do for a living, right? If you telling me to do this here, and it can be the exact same, a guy do the same thing you do, 4 or 5 different guys do the same thing you do, Against the Grain do the same thing you do. Slim will do the same thing you do. Studio will do the same thing you do. And all of y'all, and you teaching me, but all of them are I stop learning from you, and then next year go to him, and next year go to him. I'm gonna be confused as fuck because ain't none of y'all gonna teach me the same.
Now,
Right.
what's the most common rebuttal for this? Well, Alabama changes coaches every year. That's true, they do now. But for their first 9 years under Nick Saban, they had almost zero coach turnover at Alabama.
And that's
So
what
that
makes
was a well-established and oiled machine.
same thing with Clemson. Clemson went 9, 10 years with the same coaching staff, and now they start losing coaches. They've lost coaches, and now look at them.
Well, whatever Alabama did, they got their house in order.
Alabama has Nick Saban.
Done.
And a lot of people want to throw hate at me for defending Manny, and it's not even a Manny thing. I do it for every coach regardless. 5 years. And that used to be the standard, was 5 years. I mean, it took Nick Saban 3 years to get Alabama turned around, and he's a Hall of Fame level coach. And y'all are mad at Manny because he hasn't done it 3 years.
Alabama won in the second year.
I think no. He talking about Michigan State. He coming from Michigan State from those teams.
It was his 3rd year at Alabama that they won the national title. His first year, they went 7-5, lost to Louisiana Monroe.
It was 6-6 his first year.
Oh, okay. It was 7-6.
They went 12-0. They went 12-0 his second year.
No, they did because they lost to Tim Tebow in the SEC championship game. His 3rd year, he beat Tebow in the SEC.
Maybe the 3rd year. Hold on. Let me look that up because I got it right here.
I can say this here.
But let me ask you a question. Remember when
I put more pressure on Manny Diaz because that's the guy that when there's a guy that you want, that's the guy that I wanted. It's the guy that I wanted. And I saw him change from being this guy who can motivate players to looking dumb in meetings and just he turned into Mark Richt to me almost. It was like he was the guy that said he told Mark Richt he said it. We don't blame players on the defense side of the ball. We don't blame players. This is what he said. That was a shot at Mark Richt. And then he started blaming players, and that's when I was just like,
I think as fans, to be honest, we just being at when you break it down, it's just the irrational side of being fans because we basically hold on, let me finish. We like Slim was saying, we basically holding an inexperienced head coach to the standard of an experienced head coach.
That's not what I'm doing though. See,
as fans generally,
but that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm holding Manny on his words. Yeah, Manny, listen. Manny, as a defense coordinator, said we don't blame players. Slim was in the shit. I went bananas because he threw a shot straight at Mark Richt. Yeah. We don't blame the players. Right. We work with them. We don't blame them. Listen to me.
I'm listening. That's why I asked you. When did he blame these players? You got
every week we lose. He blamed the players. Because when we listen to me, when he was defensive coordinator, he never said there was. He said we have to coach better. We have to get these players in better position. Now he said, "Oh, this player's out of position. This player's missing this." And that's what I mean by blaming players. He's not calling a player out, but he's doing it the exact same way that because Mark Richt never called and named a player, but he's doing it the exact same way Rick did it when he criticized Rick for doing it.
But you know what that very well could be.
So you want him fired now? You turned to prison for that?
Oh no, I never said I want him. I never said I wanted Manny fired. I said if he get fired, I want Ed Reed's head coach.
You know what that could very well be? All of a sudden now Kenny's the head coach, and he's looking at it completely different than he did as a defensive coordinator. So now he's like, "Oh crap! Now I see what Mark Richt was talking about."
So as a man, then he needs to own up to that.
Now for all
So answer this. Remember when Manny said it was poison in the locker room? Remember back then, and he had to clear some stuff out.
Yeah.
Don't you think he's doing that? Just think about the player. We've been hollering. Put the young player. Put the young player. The young player is his player. Don't forget that. The young player, James.
Oh, he been there 6 years. He been recording defense for 6 years.
I'm talking about his head coach when he had.
He been recording defense for 6 years.
But he don't got no decision. He can't make
the
head.
He's been recording defense for 6 years.
I'm talking about head recruitment.
Oh my God!
You think his first couple years of defense coordinator?
He's talking about he was calling plays for Blake Baker. He been the same plays that he calling now.
Wise and bringing his players in.
These are his players all over for 6 years. Offensive side, I can't say nothing about. This defense has been his for 6 years. It's been his baby for 6 years. It's been his baby out, whatever. It's for 6 years. Offensive, I can say this again.
Pretty much.
That's not what I'm saying. All of these players are his. He recruited every last freaking one of them for 6 years.
And they finally getting on the field, and look what you're seeing.
What are you talking about?
Is TVD your
I'm talking about defense, and offense has nothing to do with him. That's Rhett last year. My bad, he did hire Rhett, so that has something to do with it.
But defensively, all those players
fire a dude and bring a dude in.
But he handcuffed Rhett too by making him play De'Aaron King.
All right,
man,
now,
come
see,
on now.
now,
So
see,
you want the TVD to start right away?
Hang on. That one I have to disagree with you because I pulled up the interview where Derek King said Rhett Lashley was the one that called him, and that's what convinced him to come there.
And you know what? And I wish I could play this, but Rhett Lashley didn't say that. And do me a favor.
No,
Derek King said he said that, but Rhett Lashley didn't do that. Rhett Lashley didn't do that. I promise you, he didn't do that. Rhett Lashley wanted Perry from day one, to like Rhett Lashley recruited Perry when Perry was when Perry was in high school. He wanted to come to Auburn. Rhett Lashley wanted Perry. Listen. I'll tell you what. You said King said that, right? All right. When Manny Diaz said something about King's surgery, right? King said what? He had to remove that tweet. Because he disagreed with what Manny said.
See, y'all getting this. Y'all getting this something.
He had to remove that tweet. I'm telling you. I'm telling you personally. Listen to me. He deleted that tweet because he was undermining his coach when he didn't know what his coach was talking about. He didn't know what his. Listen, let me finish. Listen to me. I know this personally. Phone call personally. He did not. He wanted Perry.
But look, Zoe, check this out. It kind of makes sense what he's saying, because if Rhett say, I want Perry, Perry is my guy, and then Manny say, hold on, man. Yeah, but if Manny says, I understand you like Perry, but that's not gonna be our guy. He got some off the field stuff going on, so we need to have a backup plan. What you think about De'Aaron King? I could see that happening. I could see Rhett calling De'Aaron, even though he want Perry, he's not gonna tell a guy that just hired him, I'm going against what I don't care what you say, I want Perry.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But Rhett didn't call him. Manny called him. Rhett didn't call him. I'm saying, I know this personally, serious. I'm not going to lie on my name like that.
Yeah.
Rhett didn't call him. Manny called.
And that's bad. That's bad optics if it comes out that Manny called, because you the defensive coach. Why are you calling the quarterback?
Because we ain't gonna get into this conversation.
Nah, I get what you're saying though. We on the same page. You can't say, oh, Manny called me and one of us like, but you the defensive coach. Why are you making a call that's gonna affect? Why the offensive coach, the one that's gonna be calling his plays, didn't call? So I can see them dressing it up like that.
It's almost like this here. Everybody, like when John Rick was calling plays.
Yeah.
I kept telling people John Rick was calling plays. Everybody said, no, he's not. No, he's not. To the end, when it came that he was calling plays.
And
he was in the booth. He wasn't on the sideline.
And to this day, I still disagree with that, and I ain't seen no proof otherwise.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you, son. I'll see you the proof. I will see you the proof, my brother. John Rick was calling plays. He was training. He was training just like everybody didn't. Nobody believed me when the secret meeting that I said that was had about Mark Rick. If you either fire your son or you're not gonna have a job. I said that shit 4 to 6 weeks before the season was over with, and nobody believed me. And then when he resigned, he just resigned. No, I told y'all what was gonna happen, and that's what happened.
Well, and I didn't believe that then. And more so now with Mark Rick coming public with having Parkinson's, I believe even more so that he actually got fired.
No, they told him you're going to resign if you don't get rid of your son.
Like I said, it's just
I mean, honestly, you don't have to believe it, but I said it 6 weeks before it happened, and it happened. So you don't have to believe it, but this is what was said, and what buzzed me out is I went live as soon as I got that phone call. And I heard Mark Rick in the background cursing. Like people said he don't curse. And so that microphone called him up front, called him on the sideline cursing.
Oh, I heard him in the back. I heard him down over that play call.
Yeah. This was after that meeting. I told people I heard him in the background cursing and yelling and screaming about that incident. But I heard him in the back because they were all talking. And he told me to go live right then, so I went live.
I mean, either way, that's
in the past. You're right. It's in the past.
Like I said, when it comes to Manny, I've never said Manny is gonna be the guy. I've never said Manny's gonna be the next Dabo if you give him that amount of time. But you got to give him some amount of time to find out because he ain't gonna have it all figured out in 2.5 years. He's just not.
I can understand what you're saying. You know what? I think I'm harder on Manny because he's the guy that I wanted.
And I get that.
You still want him?
It goes
you
back
know what?
To
it's a result business. It's a result business. If we keep playing the way we're playing and we keep winning, why would I not want him? It's a result business.
And it goes back to what old boy said a minute ago. Fan is short for fanatic, and people get fanatical about their team.
Yeah, and my thing is, I don't look at this as a fan standpoint. I look at this as a journalist standpoint because before I did YouTube, I worked for ESPN and radio for 3 years. So I'm a fan of Miami, but I also look at it as a journalist. And so I'll try to remember Slim when my brother, I kept telling you, and you do the same thing. Slim watches the game inside out, and we would agree on different things inside out, but we both watch the game the same way. A fan watch a play. A fan just watches a play, and what's name froze up. So I'm gonna remove from the screen because he's sitting there like he high. He just
I'm a professional better, so I watch the game on another level.
No, listen. You got people who watch a certain play. Like people can nitpick the Mallory play today. Remember we talked about that against the Grain, the fumble. They can nitpick the fumble, but they didn't see the whole play through of him stretching, catching the ball, turning upfield, jumping in the air to try to get the first down, and the other guy hitting him helmet on the football. Nobody would have held onto that ball, but all people see is the fumble. They don't see the whole. They don't see the whole play. They see the fumble.
I'm glad it didn't turn over on him.
No, but hear me though. No one sees the whole play. No one sees the effort that he made. No one seen that he was trying to be a dog and get the game. He didn't drop a wide open. He wasn't sloppy with the ball or none of that. It was helmet to ball, and he fumbled. And Barry Sanders would have fumbled.
Man, that was helmet right into his arm because Mallory stayed down on the ground and holding his arm.
And the other guy didn't, and the other guy didn't get up to after Mallory got up.
And I mean that shit.
He was hurt.
He was hurt. So
both of them were.
All right, I'm with you, man.
So what I'm saying is, but people talk about the fumble. They don't talk about the effort.
See, I don't.
Anybody would have fumbled that. We watched the game differently.
I don't just look at the fumble, and here's why. Because people have knocked the ball out of Jerry Rice's hand. People have knocked the ball out of everybody's hand.
And that was a helmet to both of them got hurt.
What play is that?
The play when Mallory fumbled, the one you talked about, the fumble. Well, when I said the effort, it was a fumble because it was a perfect timed hit with the helmet on the ball, and both of them were trying to win the game.
Who was saying something about that?
That's the first thing you mentioned with Mallory when you came in talking about Mallory. You said
I was talking about that play.
No, that's the first thing you mentioned. That was the first play against the Grammys. That was the first play you mentioned. That was the first play you mentioned about Mallory was the fumble. And against the Grammys, remember? You was like, Mallory, do what you gave me. You said, do what you said. You exact word.
I was talking about Mallory.
No. When you first came in, the first thing you said was, I was about to kill him. I was going to lose it if that ball wouldn't.
Well, and you know what? Here's the thing too. A lot of people don't look at it. Look at that Virginia game. Okay, everybody wanted to talk shit when Manny wore down the clock, got the ball to the middle of the field for an easy.
I still disagree with that. You ain't gonna change my mind. Go ahead.
And you know what? I'm not a fan of it either. It's not what I would do in that situation, but it's what 75% of coaches do in that situation. Prove me wrong.
Can I say something about that play? This is what made me mad about Manning about that play. And I'm with man. I want to stay. Okay, if you decide to run the clock out and kick the field goal, you knew the game before we almost missed that kick against App State. Then you see it hook left and barely made it to the upright. So why is you taking the left down and going to the left side hash? Why didn't you down on the right hash? Because you know your kick is kicking a slanted way. That last lady, the left hash down. What are you doing?
Can I defend? Now can I play devil's advocate?
Wait a second. Yeah. He did. They went to the middle of the field on the next to last play. It was straight on field goal.
This is so island. Can I play devil's advocate?
You missed it left.
Can I play devil's advocate? I'm gonna play devil's. Can I play devil's advocate? Yeah. He had a freshman quarterback and probably didn't want to risk another play or fumble. They kicked the field goal on third down. So if it would have been a month, you'd still have fourth down to kick it. Right? So that's playing devil advocate. Another thing of playing devil advocate is Will Mallory wide open in the end zone and the ball gets tipped and everybody criticized Rick Latchy for going for that play. Everybody criticized Manny Diaz for going for that play when Will Mallory was wide open in the end zone, and it was a freakish play from a freakish player that was able to get up that high and tip the ball and knock the ball down. Because if he would not have tipped the ball, because the play before, almost the same exact play for like 50 yards down the middle of the field. We had a guy open in the middle of the end zone. We had a guy open. Nobody covered him. The closest DB to Will Mallory was 15 yards away from him. He throws that ball. It's a game. It complete, but he got
the only way I would have agreed with Manny in that situation is if it was a tied ball game. To me, the way he called that series in that Virginia game, that last series, he called it like the score was tied. That's what you do when the game's tied.
So what about
you do that when the game's tied and you try to win on a field goal.
What about North Carolina game? What about North Carolina game? Do you disagree with that call when the ball got tipped in the interception?
No. Listen. What I'm saying is that sequence in the Virginia game. That sequence in the Virginia game would have been cool if the score was tied. If it was like 31-31 and we're gonna go ahead and run the clock out to win and then win the game on a field goal. But if we miss it, it don't matter because the game's tied. That's a different situation.
This is what I'm about to say. So, do you disagree with the next game? Do you disagree with the next game with him trying to go for the win instead of the tie?
Oh, for that situation? Oh, you mean where we? I'm trying to remember the situation in my head.
When TVD threw the ball, and he got when TVD threw the ball, and he got tipped.
That one.
Do you disagree with that play?
He was too aggressive there.
I
don't know if I would have called that exact play. I still would have ran my offense, but I wouldn't have necessarily called that kind of play.
Why not? Will Mallory was wide open. It was just the defender just made a great play.
It is a freakish play. And it was. I'm not criticizing it either. I don't think it was that bad. It wasn't like
it was a great play call.
It wasn't like Virginia. Virginia was. I don't care what you're telling me. That Virginia situation, he didn't handle that one.
All right, this one. I'm saying. Oh, we've been on for 3 hours. We've been on for 3 hours, so I'm about to get off. You know what I'm saying? We've been on for 3 hours. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say something.
It was for the game winner.
What?
The Virginia game?
It was a game winner. The Virginia was a game winner.
The game winner.
We were losing the game.
But I just say he should have been more aware of how his kicker kicked and told his quarterback, "Hey man, we're going for the game winning field goal. Down this shit on the right hash mark, and we would have won the fucking game."
Yeah, but a game. Look. The point is we were behind. The point is we were behind.
I am afraid. I am officially afraid of Studio. I'm truly afraid.
I hear what you're saying, but it's a completely different situation.
So you know what? We can't agree on, and I'm glad Slim came into the chat because he brought up like 15 valid good points, just like against the grain. Like that's why I tell JP I need you in every week. Like valid points, and everybody has a different opinion on it. But I think we all can. I don't know. We all can agree on this right here. Well, I can, and I've been riding many. 3 weeks in a row, we have improved. Can anybody disagree with that?
I agree. I agree. To be honest with you, that NC State game, I haven't seen penetration like that since the old days. I said, what the hell happened? Look at that game. We should have been 8-3 on them.
Let's end it on a positive note. And since I got my brother back in my life now, it really, thank you, Slim. We're going to end on a positive note. Everybody mention your name. I'm Hurricane Zoe. Harlem Hurricane Zoe. I appreciate everybody for coming in. We're about to end this. Manny's job right now is safe for now. And the reason why I'm saying his job is safe for now, his job is safe, is because I want him to continue to build confidence. I don't want negativity out of something that was positive 2 weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like nitpick negative shit when he's doing a good job. You wouldn't want it done to you in your profession. I don't want it done to him. When he's wrong, he's wrong. When he's doing good, you got to give him kudos. So that's my last statement. I want Slim to have a last statement to close it out because I ain't talked to my brother in a while. So I want to have a last statement to close it out. Studio, what you got?
Okay, Studio One Live. I'm going to just pick y'all back off what you just said. You were saying you don't want no negativity, right? You want to build on this positivity, right? That's why I agree with Manning when he blamed it on the fans. If you're going to be fans, be with your coach until he cut them. But until then, don't be wishing for him to get fired because all of a sudden the fans want their coach fired. The recruits are going to look at that like, damn, the fans don't even want to. I ain't going there. You see what I'm saying? Keep that on the low key if we want our coach dead. But we can't put that energy out there with the recruits seeing that. So keep you right. Keep the positivity. So the recruits see, oh, this momentum building. All of a sudden they change their mind. They come on back. You feel me? So he right a little bit like that, and that's all I got. Love you though, and everybody.
Love you too, what you got against the grain? What you got, my brother? I can't hear you. Got yourself muted.
I say pretty much, man. We just gotta cut out all of that, man. Who is gonna be the AD? Who is gonna be the coach? Because we still gonna watch these games on Saturday. We still gonna cheer for these kids. It's a certain section of the fan base that they want to see us lose just so they can, I don't know, have some sick satisfaction of getting the coach in that they want. And it's just, man, it's lame to me. You know what I'm saying? Because we see these kids fighting, and all we've been saying is we want to see this team improve. We want to see them developing all of this, and they're doing that now. And people still finding something to complain about. You know, we got to move on. We got to get through this year, man. Whatever you feel the coach should be or the AD should be or whatever, we still got games to play. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
just take the positivity from what's in front of us right now.
Yeah.
JP, my brother, what we got? Brethren,
Yeah,
my brethren, my brethren.
I'm gonna echo kind of what y'all saying. Like, obviously, at the end of the day, I just want us to win, regardless. And I want to, I'm glad we're improving, and I want to see it continue. But I'm not gonna take my foot off their neck, because as soon as you take your foot off their neck, that's when they're gonna take it. They're gonna fall back, and exactly. So I'm gonna still keep the pressure on. And yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You got to keep the pressure on.
Yep. So yeah, I'm out.
All right, now don't leave yet. Don't let Slim close us out. Hey, Slim, I'm done. Like I said, man, I love you, my brother. I'm glad to see you back in the chat, man. It meant a world to me to see you in here today, man. I think Jay Blaze has my. I don't have you on. You don't do social media. Jay Blaze has my number, because my number did change. Get my number from Jay. I don't know if you have my new number. Get my number from Jay and give me a call, please. But close us out, bro.
Well, I want to piggyback on things that were said. First of all, the fans that were talking about they wanted to lose, I never wanted that team, whether I coach or don't coach. Don't be a fair weather fan or like Shelter Red Wine fan later. Like Alonzo said, the last 4 weeks, and now they got 2 wins, top 20 teams week in a row. Well, obviously, the man, he ain't got it all figured out. And some of these young players ain't got it all figured out. But let's give all of them time figured out. And then see where we stand.
And I talked, and the two people I talk to all the time is Seljuk and Red Wine, because they both adopted both of my daughters. Like like my youngest daughter look just like Red Wine. Like I thought probably why I got divorced, because I thought my wife. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop playing. But hey man, I'm so blessed. This was a great panel, man. Great show tonight, man. And we talked about positive stuff and negative stuff, but the end on the positive stuff, man. And we win a game against Pitt, and 2 big games in a row. I have nothing bad to say, man. I have nothing bad to say, man. What's going on, Hurricane Logan? What's good, man? Love you, little bro. Hey, man, I love you guys, man. Slim, real talk, man. Get my number from Jay, man. Glad to have you back. Glad to see you back in the chat, man. And hey, it was a win-win for me today. I got my brother back in the chat, and my Hurricanes won. What more could I ask for, man? Hey, y'all throw that you up, man. Everybody, y'all throw that you up. I know Slim, you got to stand up. Y'all throw that you up. Hey, man, I love you. I love you guys. We up out here.
Yo.